Okay, mic is unmuted. I'd like to believe everything is good. So, what's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy, usually the day people aren't working, and that includes me. So, here I am streaming, and, well, yeah, pretty much the plan hasn't changed from yesterday. We're gonna look at the retrospective for Season 3. We're gonna, and really, that's all I have planned for today. Who knows? We might improvise yesterday like we did, and check out the subreddit again, but nah, you know what? It's a little too soon, especially because it seems like that server in particular feels very relatively inactive, so I gotta give it a few days before I do that again, even though I definitely do want to try. But for now, guys, is everything working well enough? It should be. Please tell me I can actually see chat. I'd like to believe things are working well, but I'm gonna post something just to play it safe. I don't know, I just really like seeing chat in the layout, so let's see. But okay, it is working. Okay, I guess it's just really that quiet right now. But you know what? I shouldn't be surprised. It's a relatively... Oops. I did not mean to close it, but you know what? I can look at chat through my phone anyways, and I kind of have to the more I think about it. But alright, guys. We looked at the retrospect. We looked at Karate Kid's Season 2 retrospective yesterday. Today, we're going to look at Season 3. And before we get into it, I will say, this is probably my favorite season out of all of them, just because it has two of my favorite episodes in the whole series. I think 3 of them, actually. Maybe 4, maybe 5. I don't remember exactly how I ranked them. Keep in mind, guys, that video is like 7 months old, almost 8. I dropped it in early April. We're almost to end. We're about to go into December. Hello, Night Fury. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah. That's really all there is to it right now. So, with that being said, let's kill the music. You know what? I kind of want to wait a little longer for people to show up. Hi, Nick. Hey, Nick. Welcome to the stream. You know, I want to give it a few more minutes, because yesterday, you know what, the viewership was definitely healthy. I think I averaged, like, what, 14 to 15 viewers, at least when I was talking about Loud House. When I switched to Legends EA, it dropped a little bit, but you know what, I'm not surprised. And as far as that game is concerned, I'm not really in it to rake the viewership, to say the least. People, as I've come to learn, guys, you know what, let me give you a bit of visual. As I've come to learn, people subscribe to me for the Loud House. People do not subscribe to me for Phineas and Ferb or memes or anything along those lines. People subscribe to me for the Loud House content, and you know what? I guess I put myself in that bind in the grand scheme of things, even though, ironically, my next video, if things go to plan, is also not Loud House related. It's actually a topic that I've actually never... It's actually a movie that I've actually never talked about, a franchise that I've never talked about on this channel, so you might be surprised, guys. Alright, yes, our favorite. Your favorite. Am I though? Am I though, Anthony? Am I though? I mean, maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Like, I don't know. For the sake of humility, I don't want to think about it. But yeah, guys, as I've come to learn recently... Okay, you know what? Forget what I was talking about. The fact that this video is barely a week old, and it's already on its way to becoming my most popular video yet. At least that wasn't just a one-off meme, to say the least. Because keep in mind, guys, by my standards, it's a very popular video. It's definitely very successful, but there was a time where the algorithm just favored me like crazy. Like, I was genuinely... Like, keep in mind, I just did this for the fun. I wasn't doing it for the publicity, but this 20-second video got me over 500,000 views, and it pretty much got me half of my subscribers 3 years ago. Half of the subscribers I have now. Like, it was that crazy. But nowadays, the standards are definitely a little different. You're an FFP fan. I actually did do a review of Season 1, like about 1.5 years ago, Night Fury, as a matter of fact. Even though I spent a good chunk of that review, ironically, just dissing the Owl House. I'm telling you, man, I was definitely a little more disorganized with my reviews a couple of years ago. Like, I guess I was just getting the hang of it, of writing video essays and whatnot, to say the least. Yeah, Loud House Viz do rank in that though. And you know what? I wouldn't be the first I wouldn't be the first to chart that territory. Just ask Cartoonchi. Like, he stopped doing Loud House videos because, from what I remember, he said like the fandom was being too toxic, his comment section were being annoying, something like that. Well, for me, I'm not at that stage yet, but I get the feeling I eventually will be. At least if I keep it up with my controversial takes. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let me put it this way. There's a reason the comment sections are paused in these 3 videos. I'll put it that way. Hello, Hore. Welcome to the stream. But alright, guys. There's there's 9 of you in chat. I think we can call it there. So let's get into it, shall we?
Season 3 of The Loud House is an interesting...
Again, I still love this Drifloon Abbey. Like, I don't know, something about Drifloon being painted in a positive light, rather than just the child kidnapper that people know him as. Like, I don't know, it's a breath of fresh air. Hashtag not all Drifloons, I guess.
Point in the series. We've got our cast well established. The problems...
Speaking of which, I gotta detach the mic from the stand because I'm gonna be pausing very often and I am not gonna have the time. I don't know. I'd like to relax as I'm talking, and you know what? A way to do that is by holding the mic in my hand.
Cleaned up, and a good formula for the show to run with. It can be described as the show's first sequel season, polishing what already worked in Season 2, but it also introduced changes of its own. A typical Season 3 episode wouldn't always fit.
Am I ever going to make a review of the Owl House, or would that just bring too many toxic commenters? Probably the latter, APD. Like, I don't know, on occasion I'll take a jab at it or make a reference. Matter of fact, my next video also has a jab at it. But... yeah, same problem. People are just gonna accuse me of being a homophobe or whatever, or something even dumber than that. So,
Season 2, and this is reflected in the season's perception. Some see it as the show's best season.
Yep, including me.
While others think the show by this point had already lost its way.
Really?
Why is this the case? And where do the writers go from here? At this point, the show's success was...
oh gosh, please never show. Oh gosh, no, guys. Mascots are one thing, but this is a 12-year-old boy. It does not translate well. Not in the sense that it's creepy, or it's not in the sense that it's creepy. It's just not fun to look at, aesthetically speaking.
More than apparent. This was when Nickelodeon decided to continue producing the show for the foreseeable future. To this day, the show hasn't had a production hiatus, even if episode airings are a bit of a mess sometimes. It joined SpongeBob as one of Nick's top priority shows.
Unfortunately.
Expectations that held a lot of other Nick shows.
Wait, is that official artwork? Looks a little silly, but alright.
Season 2 got 2 specials. This season got 4.
Oh my gosh, really? Could have sworn Cooked was a... oh my god, you're right. Okay, obviously I remember Really Loud Music, and... well, Tripped, I can take it or leave it, but I completely forgot about these two, more or less.
We were even getting special art made for these specials. The Guns N' Roses parody for Really Loud Music.
Okay, that's actually kind of gas, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm a big fan of Guns N' Roses, but that's actually pretty gas.
Super cool. And let's not forget all of the original...
I don't know, Tracy, but I really don't want to know. I'm really not about to find out. That genuinely creeped me out.
Music and short but sweet character songs, aside from Lucy's Cop-Out, that the special provided. It was clear that this was the grand climax for this era of the show. Nonetheless, even with their successful formula, we get the changes and foundations that even modern episodes stick to. Season 2 was
such
as expanded focus on different members of the Loud family, while having all the siblings together for most of the escapades. Season 3 keeps the former, but makes changes to the latter. We did still get a few episodes of the siblings working together, like Instagram, Driving Ambition, and most of the specials. But most episodes would instead choose to focus on 1 or 2 of the Louds in particular.
No, I think that's for the best. Rather than just focusing on one character at a time or all of them together, it's just mixing and matching interactions. I dig it. And you know what? We got some of the best episodes out of it. It gave us Head Poets anxiety, and I still love that episode. So, okay. Never would have picked up on that. I don't know. I guess I'm just not that analytical, to say the least.
Outside of the occasional group episode, Season 3's episodes, and even episodes of modern seasons, would fit into one of these categories. Lincoln McCloud, Lincoln and his friends, his sister, or sister parents.
Oh, okay.
Some characters continue to get their spotlight, but you don't...
oh boy, don't remind me.
Almost never see anyone outside of the main cast get the lead role. Many of these stories also focused on out-of-the-house affairs, and many of the Loud saw expansions to their social circles.
Yeah, okay, I will say this. Just because it's called The Loud House, it doesn't mean it needs to be set in the house most of the time. Know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like he's putting a little too much stock in it. And I did pick up on that from his last retrospective.
Even with these changes, all of the Louds got their due focus. None of them felt left out. And the difference between Season 2 and 3 is way smaller than the shift between 2 and 1. An interesting consequence of these changes was Lincoln's presence on the title cards. In the past couple of seasons, he was on almost every single one.
Yeah, he kind of had to be, more or less.
This made sense. Lincoln was naturally a major player in most episodes.
He's more or less the branding and the mascot of the show, so I guess it makes sense. Like the white hair, a little cowlick, the way the hair is cut. I don't know. I can see what they were going for, but sometimes it definitely feels forced, at least in the title cards.
But when the focus shifted to only 1 or 2 louds per episode, it resulted in Lincoln being present on title cards for episodes.
That is true. That's exactly what I mean. Sometimes he's in the title card even though he's not in the episode itself. Like, that's just a little awkward.
He had little to no involvement in. This made the title cards a bit misleading, since they'd only swap to another character.
Like, guys, if you look closely, like, I think, yeah, Lincoln's face is right there in the yoke. It's kind of cute. It makes for cute artistry, to say the least, but it does make things a little awkward sometimes.
If said character was a or the focal character. I remember being disappointed myself when I thought Head Poet's Anxiety was going to be a Lincoln and Lucy episode.
I mean, to be fair, it's still a really good episode, so you take it or leave it.
In this case, he still did play a critical role despite his lack of screen time, but it was otherwise a Lucy and Luann episode. Later seasons would thankfully rectify this, while still keeping the tradition alive.
I mean, to be fair, that's not really... Can we just focus on the fact that this is a terrible episode rather than just that tiny little nitpick? I don't know.
If he's a major part of an episode, he's usually there. But if he isn't, or if another character is simply chosen for the title card instead, he'll make a cameo as an object shaped like his face.
Okay, I didn't even notice that. Like the little... I don't know what these things are called that you hang on your mirror, but the fact that it's Link, I would never have noticed that. Like, sometimes it's just so subtle to the point where it's not an issue. Even if Lincoln's involvement in the episode is, like he said, minimal or non-existent.
Simply chosen for the title card instead, he'll make a cameo as an object shaped like his face or head.
That's adorable.
Now, with these changes, one can see where some of the complaints are coming from. A lot of fans were here for the all-sibling mayhem and more in-the-house stories. But it would also be...
I mean, you can only do that formula... Okay, I know I'm a fan of a show that pretty much has been replicating the same formula for 5 seasons, namely Phineas and Ferb, but in this context, it feels like you can only get away with that formula for so long. So at the point of season 3, yeah, I can see why they detracted from it on a significant amount of occasions. Know what I mean?
Be misguided for one to say that season 3 is a huge departure from season 2, because it still shares most of its DNA with it. You often see A Fridge Too Far held in high regard as the last breath of classic Loud House, but if you've seen the previous retrospectives, it's apparent that a sibling fight plot like this would feel out of place even in season 2.
Okay.
This
I mean, I don't know if... he's looking at it analytically, but to be honest, I don't understand that kind of complaint. Like, oh, this episode... Like, if that's really the biggest issue with the episode, is that it should be in a different season, then maybe we have the wrong priorities. You know what I mean?
Episode still has an important element, its subplot. The main plot is a simple one, being about the siblings having a conflict over fridge space and claiming leftovers. But the subplot is arguably more important, that being when the senior's endeavor to impress a food critic. He needs this critic's investment in order to step closer to his dream of opening his own restaurant, and intends to cook a fancy meal for him. The Loud Kids, in their conflict, accidentally scrap Lynn Sr.'s ingredients, and to save the situation, they give up their claimed leftovers so that their father can serve his classics to the investor instead. The investor actually appreciates this comfort food more than the tired fancy meals he always gets.
To be honest, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy who has any connections with high class and 5-star restaurants, to say the least, but I don't know. You just can't top the idea of classic homemade food. Know what I mean?
Yes, and Lynn scores the investment. It's this major milestone, and the kids willing to make things right and be mature, that firmly grounds this episode in season 3.
To be honest, this is one of those episodes that I definitely should have given a little more credit in my best episodes ranking. Definitely some of the best of season 3. Like, obviously, I ranked it high on my tier list, but in terms of the video I made, yeah, I don't think I talked about it at all, and that kind of bothers me, but who knows? Maybe by this time next year, I'll make another best episodes ranking. Maybe things will change. Not by much, because we know that the show definitely got worse as the seasons went on, but you know what I mean.
And if anything, it's actually Frenzy that feels like the Fish Out of Water season 1 episode, not A Fridge Too Far.
To be honest, if he hadn't explained himself, I honestly would not care for the difference, or which episode belongs in which season. Like, I feel like ultimately that's just a nitpick.
According to Chris Savino and the writers, their goal is to give a focus to emotional topics this season, and aside from the subject of death, they more than achieved their goal.
I mean, yeah. This This season has my favorite episode. Really the best, what I think in my opinion is the best episode in the whole series. So
the show is still very much a comedy and keeps things overall lighthearted.
uh-huh.
But their statement absolutely rings true. We get episodes on topics like learning to communicate better with your friends, the prospect of family spending the holidays away from home.
That definitely could have been executed a little better.
Fame coming at the cost of who you are. And
yes.
about kissing a crush. The troubles of long-distance relationships. Emotional attachment. The pressure of high-level competition and the self-doubt it brings, and so much more. The writers nailed it without breaking their Aesops.
Yeah.
It proves how much heart this show is able to have. Now, one matter that needs to be brought up is the matter of Bobby, Ronnie Ann, and the rest of the Casagrandes.
Oh boy.
Royal Woods, and while Bobby still gets a few appearances, and Ronnie Ann...
Okay, you know, I've said in the past that I hold Ronnie Ann and Bobby in high regard as characters, but the series, the rest of their family, I think it would have been a lot better. If, as one-off characters, they're fine, but an entire spin-off revolving around them, yeah, that got boring really fast.
And does get a focus episode in City Slickers, the group as a whole would wane from relevance within the main show. Episodes like this season's Spies Who Loved Me and the next season's 9 backdoor pilot episodes can
You know, the fact that the Casagrandes got so many episodes within technically a different series, it just tells me that these showrunners had no faith in the show, and they really had to ride on the Loud House's coattail. And honestly, should I really be surprised?
Easily be considered the Casagrandes Season 0, being spin-off episodes with a Loud House label. Thus, they're outside of the scope of this retrospective series. However, there is one major exception, and that would be one of this season's specials, The Loudest Thanksgiving. One where Flip of all characters acts as our storyteller and chats directly with the audience. A relatable story about Lori and Bobby considering having Thanksgiving with each other's families. The Louds are afraid of losing Lori for future holidays to the Casagrandes, and the Casagrandes are afraid of the same for Bobby with the Louds. The two families end up competing, and the discussion of Thanksgiving dinner eventually leads them to flips. He even suggests a rotational system for Lori and Bobby's holiday.
Okay, is it just me, or something about seeing all 13 of the Louds and all, 11 of the Casagrandes in the same shot? Like, I don't know. It makes me feel like... It's the same problem that a lot of ensemble shows have. They just feel way too crowded. Know what I mean?
Holidays, and the two families...
My opinion on season 3 overall? I've said it's the best season in the series, but like I said, it's really owed to a lot of carries. Know what I mean? Like I've said, some of the best episodes in the whole franchise are in this season, so it's probably owed to that alone, but I don't know. No, season 4 was mostly fine. Like, I don't know, there isn't, like, before season 5, like, I'm not the kind of guy who would say, oh my gosh, I don't like this whole season. This season is meh. After season 5, though, like, yeah, I wouldn't be alone. I wouldn't be the first person to say that, yeah, most of these episodes are meh or just really boring.
Reconcile and celebrate. Thanksgiving specials are rare these days, let alone good ones, especially compared
Was it, though?
to how enduring Halloween and Christmas specials are.
Probably because every country celebrates Halloween and Christmas, my dude. I mean, isn't that obvious in retrospect?
The regular show is the only other modern example I can think of. Either way, it was the perfect holiday for a show like this to tackle, and they definitely cooked up a...
Come to think of it, it's a little ironic that they've actually aired this episode here in Mexico, even though we don't celebrate, in this country, typically we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I do because I used to go to school in the United States, and there's a reason I speak fluent English, to say the least. But I'm still a little shocked.
Winner turkey dinner.
Hey Jay, thanks for the boba, as per usual.
One thing that Season 3 really paid close attention to is continuity, at least to an extent. As the characters grow and change, the world will grow and change around them, and many changes won't stay self-contained to a single episode. Now, don't get me wrong, the show is still an episodic comedy with heart.
Yeah.
It's becoming something like Avatar or Gravity Falls.
Yeah, nothing that deep, fortunately. And you know what? It's for the better, in some capacities.
To make some details consistent.
There are some storylines that definitely deserve the utmost continuity, but as a whole, I don't think the franchise does.
Within the season, Lana has an episode with the fisherman sturgeons in Tall Timbers Park, and refers to them again in the Tea-Tail Heart. or Flip's Meat Molar from Roadie to Nowhere, which is referenced in a poem in The Right Stuff.
Okay.
We even get some cross-season continuity.
Just the occasional referential one-liner, but nothing too crazy.
Legends of the Hidden Temple and Fenton the Feel Better Fox appearing at home.
Yeah, Anthony, I'm very well aware that Bender and Flip share a voice actor. It doesn't make me like Flip anymore. One of the few times where a respected voice actor voicing a character doesn't change my opinion on the character, because this character, Flip, is just awful.
Faith, or even Lana and Lola's officer antics in The Loudest Thanksgiving, calling all the way back to get the message.
I didn't even occur to me. They're wearing the sunglasses and everything. That's cute. Not that memorable of a detail, but it's cute.
Roadie to Nowhere shows that Mr. Grouse kept the IT job, but he got a job in security. Granted,
that didn't even occur to me. Okay, you know what? That is really good attention to detail.
it also gives us an inconsistent.
Although, to be honest, the way he earned that job is a little cartoonish and unrealistic, but hey, it's a cartoon.
Consistency, oddly enough, that being Mr. Grouse's poem, My Yard, My Property, which directly contradicts his character development.
What does my holiday schedule look like? As a matter of fact, Tails, what's today? November 30th? Yeah. About 3 weeks from now, I'm going to get a 2-week vacation off of work, so hopefully I'll be able to stream a lot more often during the week. Obviously not during Christmas or Christmas Eve and whatnot, but yeah, I get 2 weeks off of work next month, so hopefully the scheduling will be a little different. We'll have to wait and see.
In last season. Though to give him the benefit of the doubt, we don't get to hear the poem itself, just the title, so he could be talking about the past and not the present.
Oh.
It's not limited to small moments like these as we get into later, but even little things go a long way.
Uh-huh.
With this being a Savino season, we have our comic references, parental bonuses, the usual stuff. Also, on a side note, I love how iconic these dances have become despite most people forgetting the characters that do them.
Do these characters even have names? Genuine question. Like, I know this dance, this scene from the auditorium in Peanuts. Like, I recognize the dances, but to be honest, I can't name these characters. If these characters have names to begin with, I can't name them with a gun to my head. I'm gonna be real with you guys.
That would be 555, 95472, and his sisters 3 and 4.
That's what they're called? I guess.
Short-lived characters in Peanuts during the 1950s.
Wait, they actually... Okay, I thought they were just like code names or whatever. No, that's what they're actually called in the... Bro, Peanuts is immortal, bro. There's a reason we still recognize the characters even to this day. There's a reason their holiday specials are the go-tos for a lot of people in the United States. And even here in Mexico.
Used in specials for big groups, which is how most people remember them, but their dances easily outlived their names. Either way, all of this would not last. While the news broke out during Season 2's airing, it was the middle of Season 3's production that Chris Savino was fired.
Uh-huh.
Thus, Kyle Marshall and future full-time showrunner Michael Rubiner would step up to direct the back half of the season. TTL was the last episode Savino was involved in.
Oh, now we know for sure. Okay. I don't know. Wait, where did he get that information? This is the last episode of the show that Savino was personally involved with, which also marks the end of his tenure. Okay. I wish I had paid more attention to the wiki, but hey, that's just me.
Though, even with his departure, his influence over the season's direction was not lost.
Yeah.
And even extended as far as the end of Season 4 in some
I didn't even peep that. That's cute. All the Peanuts names. Lucy, Sally, Marcy, Peppermint Patty. Oh, that's cute.
respects. So even if he wasn't showrunner for the back half of the season, we can confidently call these first 3 seasons the Savino era, with Season 4 acting as a transitional period, and Season 5 beginning the Rubiner era in earnest.
Well, at least we got a name for all the mediocrity.
That was when
more so a title.
This change as a showrunner really came to pass. Though, this change in leadership begs the question, how far in advance was Season 5's Age Up planned?
Something tells me, I mean, we've seen the Q&A with Savino. By the looks of it, he did not want this whatsoever, so... And you know what? The fact of the matter is, the fact that this idea was definitely developed and established after his termination, so... And that was well into Season 3. Season 3 was almost over, so it really tells you how... The fact that it feels so rushed, it just tells me everything. Like, it really explains a lot, because people consider this a breaking point for the franchise, and not in a good way.
This was still Savino's season, but we have 2 setup episodes for this age up, and he wasn't involved in either of them.
I mean, I don't think that just because these episodes, like, say, imply that Lori's going to college soon or Lincoln's starting middle school, like, even with that, like, this franchise is so episodic to the point where they never had to follow through on those implications. At least that's just me.
But then we run into the fact that allegedly he planned to end the series with Lori's departure to college. By the way, it's difficult to tell, as we have no idea how far in advance these seasons are planned for the writers to get to work on individual episodes.
I guess we'll never know for sure. Unless they decide to hire him back, which they shouldn't. They sure as hell shouldn't, but it's Nickelodeon. They let Dan Schneider get away with how much?
Our main cast is affected by this season in many different ways. Lincoln matured just like everyone else, but for the most part he kept up what he had going for him last season.
Yeah.
He's still both the sibling leader and
schemy little goofball. Is there really a better way to describe him?
The master of convincing, even keeping his suit and love of slideshow presentations to go along with his oratory skills. Though he's still a kid, and his charisma is not at all infallible. His parents can tell when he isn't being genuine and is attempting to manipulate them in some way.
It's kind of cute, but at the same time, what would Lincoln do is a very frustrating episode.
His parents can tell when he isn't being genuine and is attempting to manipulate them in some way. This aside, though, his good nature and altruism are still in full effect. The season's changes resulted in his absence from a reduced role in more episodes, but even in small roles, he'll still act as a driving force and a critical part of the plot.
I mean, as far as this shot is from Head Poet's Anxiety, when he tells Lucy, oh, Luann's being mad because she always wanted to perform at the theater. Like, this idea could have easily been conveyed in any other way with any of the other siblings, to say the least. So I don't know. Calling him a driving force is a bit of an overstatement.
Or sometimes just to make some comments or an outsider's check-in on what's going on. He serves as Lori's golf caddy and asks for nothing in return, and his jack-of-all-trades skill set allows him to quickly learn the correct club choices for each situation. We even get a call.
Take it from someone who works with golf clubs, guys. Yeah, that definitely hit a little too close to home.
Back to Toads and Tiaras, it was revealed that Lincoln continued to be Lola's pageant coach, despite the lack of more big prizes like the Dairyland tickets. Lincoln's episodes this season focus on out-of-the-house affairs. He faces a lot of self-doubt and reassurance.
Okay, please. You know what? Should I expect him to talk about my favorite episode of the season? Nah, it's a bit of wishful thinking. Let's see.
Deal Me Out has Lincoln and Clyde question if they're
also an episode from season 3 I'm a big fan of.
Getting too old for Ace Savvy.
You know what? Come to think of it, how many episodes from my best episodes ranking are from season 3? Genuine question. Let's see. That's season 6. Season 1. That's season 3. That's season 6. Or was it season 5? Wait, but you get the gist. Okay, 2 are from season 3 so far. Read Aloud is season 2. Predictability, also season 3. Past and future Relative Chaos, that's season 2. So yeah, 1, 2, 5 episodes from my best episodes ranking are from season 3. Wow.
And find themselves unable to part with it despite repeated attempts. And thankfully, their passion for the series is vindicated when Lori's classmates recognize them and reveal that they're Ace Savvy fans themselves.
You know what? That was a cute conclusion.
Though even then, they would have been fine. We see one of Lincoln's classmates wearing an Ace Savvy shirt and past your bedtime, and to a party, no less. Predictability has him paranoid that everyone around him, including his friends and family, find him boring and predictable, and decides to spice things up. And while initially successful, he way overcompensates and ends up making things harder for himself.
Yeah. Then he comes to the obvious realization that he's so obsessed with being different that he doesn't realize how much he's hurting himself. Like, honestly, in this day and age, in 2025, like, honestly, that's great messaging.
Thankfully, his friends and family assure him that predictability and consistency aren't a bad thing, even if it's good.
I mean, to be honest, Night Fury, let me take it a step further. We never should have wrapped things up with Ace Savvy. Meanwhile, David Steele, it's still going. It got a whole movie, but in season 9, it's still going. It's ridiculous.
To spice things up from time to time.
But yeah, Kings of the Con is awful. You don't need to tell me twice, my dude. I've talked about it in the past.
They're quite predictable themselves. What would Lincoln do has Lincoln's class assigned woodworking projects, and Lincoln's lack of craftsmanship skills leads him to finding workarounds to the assignments, coming to a head when Mrs. Johnson offers him extra credit to build a dresser for her.
To be honest, yeah, this is not my favorite episode. Not one of the worst, but just something about Lincoln's behavior is a little too slimy, even for him. Like, I don't know. It would have been really easy for him to come clean, take the bad grade. Like, I don't know. Like, he could have. Like, how did it go down again? Okay, he has a woodworking project. He's bad at it. He gets his mom to help him with the work. His mom does most of the work. Okay, it's over. But he definitely went above and beyond just for the sake of his ego, I guess.
As expected, it's a fiasco, and Lincoln makes amends while redoing the stepladder assignment by himself this time. Even if woodworking is a niche skill at all...
Yeah, it doesn't seem like any of his other classmates did well enough either, so I don't know what he was so afraid of.
...the kids are shown to suck at, it's odd that Lincoln would try to cheat on the assignment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Unlike a lot of cartoon protagonists, he's shown to be a good student with honest work.
Yeah.
Even Mrs. Johnson mentions how out of character it is. One of his most important episodes this season, though, would be White Hair.
Hell yes. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go.
The new girl has recently moved into town and Lincoln has a crush on her. He attempts to make himself look cool and impressive, avoiding his sisters and their advice at all costs, since it turned out to be a fiasco in heavy metal. He ends up falling busy after meeting a rabbit, and we get an extended dream sequence where he imagines himself as a rabbit named Warren, with even more sisters. This is actually one of the show's early concepts and where Bun Bun gets its design from.
How am I just realizing that now? Of course, he has the purple shirt and he has the... How did I not realize? Bun Bun is basically just Little Warren or whatever his name was. Oh my goodness.
All of his sisters and then some are rabbits as well. Clyde's a beaver, and the whole thing goes south real fast.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, that dream sequence, it has so many small little details. Like, honestly, it's a glimpse of what could have been, but at the same time, I appreciate what we got, more or less. But there was just I talked about this in my best episodes video, but there's so many details in that little dream sequence that I'm just really a huge fan of. Like, I don't know.
When he comes to, he heads home only for his paranoia to kick in. But when the sisters confront him, they tell him to just be himself.
And you know what? If it weren't for the context of the previous 2 seasons, the history, this messaging wouldn't work. But here, like, it just all kicks in all at once. Like, I don't know. Like, pay attention to the adjectives that the sisters use in that episode. You're kind, you're fashionable, you're smart, you're friendly. Like, they're not just trying to glaze him. They're not trying to give him confidence. They have actual history that we've seen that actually backs that up. And I've talked about this before. Like, I don't know. It's all the more reason. Goated episode. Best episode in the whole series.
It's his virtues that will make girls smile.
Virtues that we've actually seen, more or less.
Not a misguided attempt to look cool. Taking a page out of good old Charlie Brown's book. Nearly missing the bus, he ends up sitting next to the new girl and the two hit it off really well.
And then he completely... You know what? He'll probably talk about it himself.
One thing that didn't go his way this season, it's that season 1 remnant that's still alive and kicking. And that's his proneness to being singled out for slapstick moments and gags at his expense.
Yeah.
Generally shown to be...
Ace Savvy felt a lot more like a real franchise he would get into, whereas David Steele, like, it was created to give... Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree by any means. Like, Ace Savvy, I mean, what superhero is that supposed to be referencing? It's a mishmash of a handful of them. But David Steele, it's obviously a James Bond ripoff. Like, you can tell which of the two is actually teaming with originality. Know what I mean?
Throwing and makes the least amount of money for the trip and tripped. Forced to buy the pretzels and sodas, and Shot Girl loses the shot not in no place like homeschool. Caught by the windmill and driving ambition. Gets slammed by a random prank and home with a fave. And when it's not him who's falling victim to this, it's usually Lenny instead.
I mean, to be fair, Lenny kind of has it coming with how dumb she is, but... Never realized there was that much evidence in that regard.
Clyde's season could be described as, the more things change, the more they stay the same. His episodes tend to be focused on his fears, paranoia, and neuroticism. There were a lot of calls to Dr. Lopez. Like we saw him making
Something about every time Clyde says Dr. Lopez, like, I don't know. I think it's a cute running gag, to say the least. I wonder if, you know what, never mind. I was going to say, I wonder if we'll ever actually meet the character, but we're in season 9. It's probably not happening.
Great last season, we have more.
Then again, I did also say we might never see Lucy's eyes, and we just got that in the last movie, so you never know.
Evidence is aversion to change, especially in regards to his friendships. And when it comes to his friendships, he shows a lack of trust in his best friend when he loans him his Snap handheld, paranoid that the antics of the Loud House are going to damage or destroy it. Though some of
I mean, was he wrong?
that paranoia is partially justified here.
Yeah. It's one thing when you trust your best friend, but do you trust his entire family? All 10 sisters? Most of which are naive little kids, including a baby? Playing with paint, mind you? I mean, yeah. Totally justified.
We even get a spotlight for him in Absent Minded, where Principal Huggins makes him a VIP and junior administrator after being the first person to get
Nope. APD, we have never seen Dr. Lopez, even to this day.
perfect attendance since Huggins himself. Clyde realizes he did miss a day of school when reading his diary and goes to insane lengths to cover his secret, only for it to turn out that school was cancelled that day thanks to a flood. Incidentally, this episode was also the last time Clyde's crush on Lori was brought up.
Oh, somebody mentioned this in chat yesterday. Like I asked, is Clyde's crush on Lori mentioned ever again after Change of Heart? And okay, that's where it is. Okay.
He's even shown to be much friendly.
But by the looks of it, they had an easy way out of this whole controversial plot element, to say the least, with Chloe, but for whatever reason, they never followed up on that.
To Bobby this time around, dropping his
It still pisses me off, but I'm not going to dwell on it right now.
antagonism altogether. Also, on a side note, the Snap is a Nintendo Switch parody, which Clyde claims
Yeah.
is a 4K touchscreen. Amusingly, this thing's
Yeah, okay, I know it's a cartoon, but be a little realistic. 4K might...
way more powerful than the actual Switch.
Yeah, bullcrap.
I've had the Switch 2 for the past 5 years.
Yeah, not even the Switch 2 can pull that off, and that console came out this year.
Lori had to step up to some big challenges this season.
Uh-huh.
Driving Ambition shows that she's the star of her high school golf team and that her dream is to get into Fairway University, a prestigious golf college. Coach
Is that real? That's not really a thing, is it? Like I get for some universities their crown jewel is a sport team, is a particular sports team, but a whole school dedicated to golfing, like nah, even for a cartoon, that's kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie.
Niblick, the university's head coach, comes to watch Lori play in her next tournament to scope her talents. This gives Lori critical anxiety, which her family tries to help her with, but it negatively impacts her performance in the tournaments. Nonetheless, she pulls through and Coach Niblick gives her a spot on this golf team and at Fairway University. Meanwhile, this connection shows the effects of the Santiago's move on Lori and Bobby's relationship. They agreed to go long distance.
Yeah, only in anime, Aura, but this isn't anime. This isn't anime, so what are we doing?
Partially in part to Fairway's proximity to Great Lakes City, but for now they struggle through a series of funny but frustrating misunderstandings that put their relationship on the line.
Yeah, this is one of those times where people would say that the conflict or the stakes, they feel a little forced, but I think they actually play into something meaningful here, because at the end of the episode, Bobby and Lori are like, why did we think this was so difficult? Why did we try so hard? Like, even though we're miles apart, as long as you just keep up the conversation, talk to each other and whatnot, it's very likely that you're going to turn out fine.
Carl's attempted sabotage doesn't help matters. Why is it that people dump on Clyde for his crush on Lori, but Carl's attempts to take Lori from his...
Yeah, he was a lot more manipulative and disingenuous than Clyde ever was. All the more reason I dislike the Casagrandes, but we're not here for that right now.
own cousin don't get any of the same revile? Anyway, the two figure things out and rekindle their relationship successfully, even if it took Bobby getting locked in Cliff's bathroom. Alongside all of this, she also bonds with Lola when she struggles with her own anxiety and getting out.
Something about the dynamic between Lori and Lola, like, I don't know. It kind of just gets to me in all the right ways, because I get the feeling that if Lori was the younger sibling here, like, she would unquestionably also strive to be like a pageant star and whatnot. And you know what? This franchise has actually played around with that idea, because there was one episode of The Really Loud House where Lisa gives herself a makeover to compete in a beauty pageant and win it, just to prove how bullcrap they are. But then it turns out that Lori won a beauty pageant when she was her age, and then she realizes, hey, these things aren't so bad. Maybe they do emphasize or give meaning to a celebration of women, to say the least. Like, I don't know.
Gets into a low-stakes selfie competition with a rival Carol.
To be honest, that was a really funny episode. I actually really enjoyed it.
Only for the two of them to come to an understanding and become friends.
That, you know what? That is a really nice twist. Rather than one coming out on top of the other, they realize she's better at one thing than she is, and Lori's better at some things than Carol, and Carol's better at some things than Lori. Like, I don't know. It's nice that they more or less saw eye to eye amidst their more or less petty competition. If it was even a competition, it seemed pretty one-sided on Lori's end. Like Carol, she seemed... Maybe the narrative didn't focus on it too much, but it seemed like Carol did not care about competing with Lori. She was just being at the top because she was at the top.
A busy season for a busy scene.
Yeah, Aura, consider that the only time I will ever give compliments to the Really Loud House. One of the very few times, if not the only one.
Lenny's focus this season was centered around her new job as a sales associate at Reininger's, one of the Royal Woods Mall's department stores. It started as Shop Girl, which was a deconstruction and reconstruction of her often too kind for her own good personality. The siblings help her be more assertive and she succeeds, but her kind nature eventually pulls through. She gives up the clothes she got to help others.
To be honest though, I like that they more or less didn't derail Lenny's character, but at the same time, it felt a little forced. Like, in the grand scheme of things, guys, Lenny being so kind to all these strangers is perfectly in character, but I feel like the narrative would have been a little more realistic if she didn't end up winning a job after all of that. Like, I don't know. It just felt a little unrealistic that all these strangers are like, thank you so much for helping me with these clothes. Here, have a gift card. Here, have this. Here, have the free fries on me. Oh, would you like a job at the mall? Like... I don't know. It's just a little too convenient to be compelling. Know what I mean?
It feels good to get what you want, but it feels even better to help others get what they want. And in return, they do kindnesses for her. Her expertise on clothes even gets the attention of the store's manager, Mrs. Carmichael, landing her the job on the spot. But not
like, yeah, it makes sense that Lenny works at a boutique of all places, but still, though, just the way they went about it, a little unrealistic. But ultimately, it's not that bad of an episode.
Long after, Crimes of Fashion would put Lenny's job on the line. Scarves have started disappearing, which happened around the time Lenny was brought on board. She gets fired and Lincoln and Clyde go to great lengths to clear her name, eventually discovering that Mrs. Carmichael's neglected son was the one taking the scarves to use as capes. Lenny's back on board. That was
a really cute twist. This episode is not really there to convey emotions for the most part, but I thought it was a really charming episode. Like, even for an 11-year-old cosplaying a superhero, it is kind of pathetic, but hey. It's a kid show. You don't gotta overthink it that much.
Have another successful case.
Like, be real, guys. Timmy Turner is a year younger, and realistically, even he wouldn't be that weird, to say the least. Like, he would dress up as a superhero, like, go to a convention or whatever, or Halloween, but to cosplay, to pretend to be a detective at a mall? I don't know. I feel like even he would be cringing.
We even get to see how her job affects her relationships. Everybody Loves Lenny puts her in a position where she feels split between her work friends and her school friends and how both sides envy each other. She struggles to balance both, so Lincoln suggests bringing the two groups together. They butt heads initially, but learn to get along.
For Lenny's sake.
Not that any of that would matter in the long run. Her work friends became her go-to friend group going forward.
Yeah, when's the last time we saw... I don't even remember their names, guys. That's how neglected Lenny's high school friends were. When was the last time we saw them? I think we see them again in Season 9, but between that and this episode...
And interestingly, neither side appears in Frenzy. In fact, Frenzy is super weird with a lot of these...
Like, yeah, honestly, a lot of these characters, they just feel like extras, not characters that the siblings are actually friends with, to say the least. And then there's also this bozo, but I've said enough about her in the past.
It's like with Lucy, she gets Maggie's friends as incidentals.
Wait, those are I guess it's in a really roundabout way. It's funny continuity, but it still kind of makes no sense.
Yet Persephone, a core member of the Morticians Club, was completely absent. Either way, Lenny still has her moments as a bit of a ditz, but she's starting to mature and really come to her own.
Yeah, as the show went on, she's definitely become a little more perceptive, but she still has her moments where she's still really dumb. I just wish the Loud House got a little more shameless, have Retro Nicktoons cameo for a bit, have Mr. Media at the mall, or Charlotte Pickles as a businesswoman. To be honest, yeah. A nod here and there to a classic Nickelodeon show. I can't hate it in a show like this, such a long-running cartoon like this one. At least on Nickelodeon. Like, there's a reason I'm a big fan of the Legends of the Hidden Temple episode, and even the Double Dare one, but I definitely like the Legends one a little more. Like, that's just the right amount of nostalgia pandering. Same network, you got a long-lasting show that's basically just sliced, that can basically do whatever it wants, realistically speaking. Like, I don't know.
There's a reason why Luna was the choice for the thumbnail this time. This has to be her biggest season in the entire show. This was a season of learning and growth for Luna, figuring out who she is and what rock and roll means to her.
Yeah.
And her focus episodes reflect this as well.
Yeah, notice how the peak of her character development and one of the best episodes in the whole series has absolutely nothing to do with Sam. Just putting that out there.
Alongside an episode where she and Sam compete in the astonishing quest race together.
Is that what it was called?
They can have different interests and still have a successful relationship.
Yeah, that's the least of the... As far as these two are concerned, that's the least of their problems. I'll say that much, but I've talked about this in the past.
She gets 2 big focus episodes dedicated to her love of music. Rhodey Nowhere not only gives us a deeper look at Luna, but a deeper look at Chunk as well. For Rhodey, that often helps her get ready for gigs. He's a musician from East London that serves the role as Luna's mentor.
I will say, I'm really indifferent towards this character, but at the same time, he's very charming. Like, I don't know, I just really like his voice. Hey, Luna, love, how you doing? Like, I don't know. Like, his accent, I think it's kind of charming. Is it just me?
Guide. A well-written intergenerational friendship, especially in an era where this kind of thing was upon.
Pixel, Sam jump scare. It's just Nickelodeon's Family Guy, but it works or something like that. More or less, Anthony. Like... Yeah, if this show aired on like a different network, like say TBS, it would definitely be a lot raunchier.
Suspicion. Luna lands the chance to perform in the Royal Woods Royal Rumble, just like Chunk did when he was in high school. Showing how much the two have in common. Chunk mentions that he sleeps in his van, and Luna looks in abject horror as he takes an old washing machine off the side of the road. She becomes paranoid that the rock and roll lifestyle may lead her to a life of scavenging, prompting her to seek out something more stable, eventually impressing Mr. Grouse with her coding skills.
Which, to be honest, came out of nowhere. Like, do you guys have any idea how complicated and difficult it is to develop coding skills? Like, it's really not as easy as Luna makes it look. I'll say that much. And I am speaking from experience.
She goes to resign from the Rumble, only to find out that Chunk has a band of his own and that they're playing at the local club. And it all becomes...
Does that make Lincoln the Meg? I don't know. Maybe, technically. Yeah, the narrative doesn't do him a little dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
It's clear. Chunk only sleeps in his van the night before a gig, and the washing machine was meant to be a noise prop for the performance. Chunk tells Luna that it isn't mixed swagger stardom or bust. And as he says, who says I didn't make it? I may not be playing the sold-out arenas, but I'm doing what I love, and that's my definition.
He's having fun with it. He's still making a decent amount of money, to say the least. Or at least I want to believe that. I want to believe it's implied well enough, but
this
still.
Luna's passion for rock and roll, and the two...
Like, honestly, it's a very encouraging episode. A very optimistic episode, and I don't mean it in a negative way.
Them go on to perform together at the Royal Rumble. Luna's other focus episode would be her very own special, the much-beloved Really Loud Music.
Yep.
America's Next Hitmaker is holding a songwriting contest with a record deal on the cards for the winner. Luna plans to submit her newest song, Play It Loud, which is packed to the brim with passion, but she starts to second-guess herself, thinking that not only does she need to love her entry,
but the whole world needs to.
As well. After a series of...
Honestly, this episode has a lot. It's complemented with a lot of really fun visuals, and I'm not just talking about the individual musical numbers.
Hallucinations of her family singing, she struggles to find the right approach, only for a catchy but generic pop song to play.
This little moment of Lily dancing to the song, I think it's freaking adorable, man.
Radio, her family dancing to it together. She realizes this may be the way to go and goes on to write What Everybody Wants, which symbolizes sticking to what works. Luna makes the top 5 and is given a chance to perform, but upon being the host, they aren't satisfied with her look and they give her a makeover to make her look more marketable and unrecognizable.
Yep.
Basically
just Sabrina Carpenter, more or less.
Becoming Lulu is...
Because keep in mind, guys, Sabrina Carpenter's style, at least when you think about it, keep in mind, she is a Disney Channel alumni. Like, she worked on a handful of shows, but when you look back at what she did back then versus what she does now, it is a really jarring contrast. I'm not going to go into detail about it because I don't know enough about her, but yeah, her work was a lot different a couple of years ago. Like back in 2017. She voiced the lead girl in that one Phineas and Ferb spinoff, to say the least. She performed the theme song for Andy Mack. Like, I don't know. Things were a lot different at the time. And not just because she was working for Disney, obviously. She didn't necessarily have to keep it PG.
The price of fame. But she quickly realizes that selling out who you are for fame isn't worth it, and makes a confession right up on stage, ripping off her hollow shell.
Okay, to be fair though, Aura, this is a lot more... I know it's going to sound crazy, but ironically, the Loud House tackled this sort of storyline a lot more realistically, as crazy as it sounds. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, Tori goes platinum, not my favorite episode of the series, just because the authority figure in question, what was his name, Mason? He was an unrealistic dick, to say the least. Like, with Luna, here, it makes sense. The judges, her appearance, her pop music, it's all focus tested, to say the least. So, okay, you know what? I need to get my thoughts together before I actually give my opinion in that regard, but I'll just say this. Loud House did it better than Victorious.
Of a costume and jamming out to play it loud instead, embracing who she is regardless of what the judges think.
Hell yeah.
In the end, this is the song that made everybody smile.
Yeah.
You don't need to be big and famous to do what you love. You don't need to sacrifice what you love or play to mass appeal for people to love your music.
And honestly, it really is just a culmination of her character development.
Don't change who you are to chase clout or adoration or fame. As long as you love what you do, that's all that matters. And remember what Mick Swagger
What makes you say that, Anthony? What? Just because they're both pop songs, what do they have to do with each other?
said back in season 1.
Yeah, all the way back in season 1 when Mick Swagger reminded her, "Hey, ultimately you got to do this. You do this because it's fun, not because you have to, not because you're looking to leave an impression." Hello, Boo. Welcome to the stream.
It's not about being the best. It's about having fun. Rock on, Luna.
Like, yeah, alright, exactly. They made her just do all this crazy misbehavior that, I guess, to draw attention, it makes sense, but realistically, yeah, she would not want to do. Like, I don't know. That's the thing about certain Dan Schneider shows. They don't really focus too much on character development to where it feels like any character can get away with anything, and I don't mean that in a good way.
Rock on. Outside of another controversial
Oh boy.
Fool's Day outing, Luann dealt with a lot of insecurity this season, inhibiting her personal ambitions. Her anxiety tells of her
Goated.
personal dream of being the youngest to perform at the Royal Woods Theatre.
That is a really specific dream, but you know what? Go off, Queen. Go off.
Lucy receives a rejection letter for one of her poems, and Luann takes her under her wing, teaching her that the road to...
Like, honestly, this is a match made in heaven, guys. The girl who writes poetry being taught to write better from the girl that comes up with wordplay every chance she gets. Yeah, welcome home, Boo. I'm glad you're home safe. Honestly, as a matter of fact, I was going to ask you if you made it home safe, but one, I was a little busy, and secondly, I wasn't sure what time you were going to get home, so I just sat back and waited.
Entertainment can be rocky, but it will pay off. But it pays off so well that Lucy's invited to perform one of her poems at the Royal Woods Theatre, killing Luann's dream.
I see the irony. Bro, hold on. Show me that frame again.
At the Royal.
I don't know if it's the fact that it's a genuinely funny expression or the fact that cartoons he uses in his videos. Back in the day in his Loud House videos that we looked at a while back.
Woods Theatre, killing Luann's dream instantly. Luann acts cold about it, with Lucy catching wind once Lincoln explains the situation to her. Lucy feels bad and fakes being sick, but after the two talk it out...
I will say, Luann is rocking that dress. I will say that much.
Luann lets go of her...
Something about just seeing her without with her hair done and just dressed formally, like, I don't know. Like, it's a nice change of pace when a character actually switches up their outfits. Know what I mean?
Jealousy and encourages Lucy to take the opportunity. And her...
Like, yeah, ultimately Lucy was like, you know what? If it means that much to my sister, I'm not going to do it. But then her sister realizes, wait a minute. I'm the one who got you in this mess. You know what? You're doing this.
Her anxiety was certainly getting in the way of her own opportunities in stage flight. Benny Stein, the only non-Sam Ellis for Love crush to get a proper follow-up, is revealed to...
Sabrina Carpenter mastered the craft of showing her cheeks. That is very upfront, Pixel, but you know what? I need to finish reading. In her live performances, because her music nowadays are kind of cheeks, to be honest, guys. I mean, I respect the hustle, and I admire the fact that Sabrina made it so far beyond Disney fame, to say the least, but I never got the appeal with her music nowadays. Like, I don't know. It's a little raunchy. I've never really listened to any of it, and what I have, it never stuck. to be honest, to say the least.
To love theater, and she joins the school's performance of Romeo and Juliet in turn. Let's get closer to Benny through being in the play.
Yeah. Literally the first line or two that comes out of Luann's mouth at the beginning of the episode is like, I want to spend more time with him, but I don't really know him. Meanwhile, Sam and Luna, let's pretend they already know each other and still screw it up anyways. Like, what are we doing? Not a fan of modern pop music in general, to be honest, but me neither. Ironically, the only exception is K-pop Demon Hunters, because I think a lot of the songs are catchy. A handful of the songs, there's only 7 of them. I don't really like them, but the rest of them really stuck, and it's really just owed to the context of the movie itself, not the songs alone.
But when Mrs. Bernardo casts the two to be Romeo and Juliet, she gets very anxious about the prospects of having to kiss Benny. She keeps kicking the can down the road.
You know what? I get it. It's one thing to have to kiss him on stage, but on the other hand, you really like this boy, you want your first kiss to be meaningful or genuine, so you understand why she's conflicted. Never mind the fact that she feels like she's not a good kisser. It's a really, like, just the idea that she's not a good kisser, it's a really basic interpretation, but I think we could take it further than that. Yeah, Golden slaps, Aura. Golden slaps, Your Idol slaps. What It Sounds Like definitely slaps. It's my favorite song of the 7. I will say this though, Free, I don't remember a single thing about Free, to be honest. It feels like the most forgettable song in the movie. To be honest, the whole romance between Rumi and Jinu, it feels like you could cut out most of it from the movie and you wouldn't miss a thing. Is it just me?
This only prompts Benny to quit the play himself.
Yeah, ironically, Boo, the best songs in the movie are in like the last 10 minutes of the movie. Like, what are the odds?
The two do talk it out though through their.
Hey, Aura. I had braces throughout most of high school, and I'll just say, kissing with braces is not that bad.
Ventriloquist dummies, and finally break their anxiety, sharing a kiss and going through with
the Pixel, ironically, Takedown is kind of forgettable. Just the prospect alone of a diss track. Honestly, the lyrics are a little too... should I say, would generic be the accurate term for me? I don't know. Like, I get it, you hate demons, but I don't know. Like, honestly, Takedown and Free, they feel like the kind of songs, those songs are basically exemplify all the reasons I'm indifferent towards K-pop in general, and I pretty much always was until I saw this movie.
The performance. This jokester knows when to take things seriously, and she's really come a long way.
Yeah. If only they didn't keep taking steps backwards by giving her more April Fool's episodes, but that's just me.
Where do we begin with Lynn?
Yeah, Soda Pop. You know what? We'll talk about this. I want to keep talking about it, guys, because full disclosure. You know what? I may as well turn on the music because we're going to be pausing for the video a bit. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about without disclosing. You know what? I'm just going to flat out say it, guys. Next video, hopefully dropping next weekend, is a review of K-pop Demon Hunters. Script's been done. I recorded the lines. I already started editing last night. If things go to plan, it's dropping next weekend. I'm going to get all my thoughts out there, hopefully. The video is going to be about 17 minutes long, maybe 16, like, I don't know. All I know is, I don't know why I still have this up, but full disclosure, guys, like, what are the odds that we're talking about the one film I'm actually going to do a video on, and I'm already working on, as of now.
This
but
season
alright.
For her was basically last season, but amplified. Her superstition has been pumped up to much greater levels as it is present. I know it's a somewhat common tradition among baseball players, but
they definitely, even then, they really took it to a new extreme. Yeah, Golden is, keep in mind, guys, Golden is, from what I've heard, the most played song in all of Spotify, and that is a huge accomplishment because Spotify, well, it's everyone's go-to app to listen to music. Like, it's the most, like, it is unquestionably their biggest song. Like, their voice actresses, they love performing it. They performed it at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Like, it's just got a lot of PR going for it. Like, I'm not surprised it's their best song, but would I say it's my favorite song? Not really.
Only served to make her character more controversial. What made that even worse was her amped-up aggression. Sitting Bull, while one of her less talked-about moments...
Oh my gosh. One of my least favorite episodes in the series. Like, where did I rank this? What was it, number 6?
Was one of her worst and a keynote example. reacting violently towards Lincoln multiple times and traumatizing several children.
That's what I'm
Even
saying.
being rewarded for that aggression later.
Yeah, acting like there was actually a purpose to it.
Thankfully, though, she has her good moments this season as well. She at least takes the blame for her antics and gets her older sister's baby.
And she conveniently goes unpunished. Like, hey, she cost you all these babysitting clients, but by the end of the episode, she got them all back, and we don't know how. They never really explain it. She just says it took a lot of convincing.
Babysitting clients back in the same episode. She also gets not one, but 2 episodes centered around learning to be a
Okay, I actually really like the second one. The first one, I like the messaging, but it's still kind of overall.
team player and letting others have the spotlight. In net games, she tries to train a basketball team to become regional champions, and does whatever it takes, learning to appreciate her teammates in the process instead of being a ball hog.
Is this where they introduced Paula, now that I think about it? I want to believe so, but don't correct me if I'm wrong.
While in Hero Today, Gone Tomorrow, she has to deal with not having the spotlight for once when her friend Margot gets an, albeit
Could have sworn this episode was from season 4, but maybe I'm going crazy.
lucky, game-winning shot, and learned that having the spotlight isn't everything. Though she did have a right to be annoyed at how shallow the audience's love for the players are and how easily it flip-flops.
Yeah. they're not even trying to overwrite what they were doing. They just put Margot they just slapped Margot into the name and called it a day.
At how shallow the audience's love for the players are and how easily it flip-flops. Lynn's big moment this season, however, was Middlemen, and it shows how she came to be as tough as nails as she is, even if most of that aggression is very misplaced.
I will say, though, just because she's genuinely warranted a bit of sympathy, I don't think it justifies most of her behavior. It really doesn't. Or let alone, it makes it somewhat understandable, but nah. Like, I don't know. It's not good enough, to say the least. Oops.
Lincoln and Clyde are going to Willowwoods Middle School as part of an orientation, touring the school for a day. Lynn sees their rather cheesy first impression methods and is immediately paranoid, phoning the principal in order to slot herself in as their orientation buddy.
Wait, what does she have on the principal?
She's worried that they'll be kicked around and tell stories of a student who was relentlessly pranked on her first day and had a lot of bad experiences.
I mean, in retrospect, that twist was kind of obvious. Like the fact that the mystery student in question is wearing a hoodie. Like, I don't know. It's obviously her. I don't know why they thought this was actually going to be a compelling mystery.
Erica, I joined the stream and I'm not seeing Lola. You're dying over here?
Okay, Erica, it's not that deep, girl.
Classmen. Not wanting the same to happen to Lincoln and Clyde, she encourages them to act tough, having nothing but good intentions, but it ultimately gets them into trouble with a bunch of upperclassmen.
Yeah.
Lynn reveals that it was her who was that kid in the stories and offers to take the fall
To the surprise of absolutely nobody.
for them, but Lincoln and Clyde face the upperclassmen instead.
Wait a minute, I just realized, why am I doing this on full screen?
Though, in the end, their kind of approach that they initially planned ended up being the best medicine and all is well, including one of Lynn's best episodes.
A little convenient, to be honest. A little too convenient, to be honest, but you know what? I appreciate the optimistic approach of, hey, not everyone in middle school is going to be a petty jerk or go look for trouble or feel so vengeful. Like, you know what? I can appreciate it, more or less.
Also, we got to see Mr. Ballhoffner for the first time this episode. Put a pin in this guy. He's going to become very important down the line.
Not the worst character, but not the best either.
In the meantime, Lynn's eating skills are in full force. She devoured that number 46 better than most people could. She also has special pants on Thanksgiving so that she doesn't have to miss any of the football action.
That was still really disgusting, by the way. Like, those pants where whatever they're called. You know what? Can I even say it out loud? Like, I don't know, just...
This is actually a great attention to detail. She's later revealed to be a huge fan of the Detroit Lions, and they traditionally play one of their home games on Thanksgiving. So this actually makes a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. Because she lives in Michigan. Okay, not in Detroit, of all places. Hell, the town she actually lives in is not based on Detroit either, but okay, that makes sense. Although, it's about as weird as a... I don't know. Do people outside of Phoenix, Arizona, are they also fans of the Cardinals? I guess you don't really have another team to go to be honest. So, I don't know. I'm not really an expert on NFL or sports favoritism, to say the least.
Lucy's season was a little more laid back, focusing on grounded scenarios about family relationships rather than the spooky stuff. Alongside her conflict with Luann and Head's posed anxiety, she comes to see her space
Oh, wait, boo. It's an actual team? Oh. Apparently. The more you know.
fandom pains. A hot celebrity named Tristan is introduced to her favorite show, Vampires and Melancholia, moving into main character Edwin's castle. Lori and Lenny are hyped about this, annoying Lucy with their ignorance of the actual show. She tries over the top.
I mean, to be fair, though, okay, you know what? I get it. Lucy's a goth. She keeps to herself, more or less. Like, she's really reserved, to the point where, yeah, Lori and Lenny's shallow favoritism, shallow and sudden concern for the show, I can understand why it's a little frustrating, but I still really appreciate the messaging of the episode of, hey, they might have been annoying, but eventually they would get the hang of it, and soon enough, maybe you have a couple of sisters to watch your TV show with. Like, I don't know. It's not about, like I said in my video, it's not about what you have, what you do, or what you enjoy. It's about who you enjoy it with.
Vampire rituals to get Lori and Lenny to screw off, and even gets together with the Morticians Club to petition for Tristan's departure. But her sisters show genuine enthusiasm for the show despite all of this.
Yeah.
Tristan's character is killed.
Yeah, they got it. Like, that's the thing, guys. It's not always the show's identity that gets people into it. Sometimes a one-off character, an actor, a musical number, something. It's not always the show's identity, the title screen that gets you into it. Sometimes it's something completely unrelated.
Off, and Lori and Lenny abandon the show as a result, causing both the goth and the vampire to feel remorse for driving them away. She realizes that it's important to spend time with family, and that she enjoyed spending time with her sisters as much as they did with her.
Like, yeah, keep in mind, guys, she's an 8-year-old girl. Like, it's a more or less this kind of behavior. It's one, it's understandable. Two, it's innocent enough. I'd rather watch hockey go Red Wings. Go off, Queen.
Back as a vampire, and while Lori and Lenny don't stick with the show in the long
Also, that is a really cute twist. They did kill him off in the show, but then he comes back as a vampire. It's a show about vampires. Like, honestly, that's just funny enough. So between Lincoln and the Eds, who are the bigger lovable losers, or I haven't really seen a lot of Ed and Eddie to be able to make that judgment, at least impartially. The title of the episode perfectly describes the fandom as a whole. Fandom pains. I guess, Anthony.
long term, they still ended off on a positive note.
Yeah, Aura, to be honest, could have been a poetry club, could have been a vintage horror movie club or whatever. Why did we need a bunch of elementary school children handling literal dead bodies and hosting funerals? Like, I don't know. I hate to play the card of, hey, it's an innocent Nickelodeon show. It's not that big of a deal, but at the same time, it feels like a big deal. Know what I mean?
Lana's love of grossness is amped up a little.
Oh, gosh.
Mentioning that she goes dumpster diving with Flip on a regular basis. But overall, the season
Okay, for Flip, it makes sense because he is garbage. Hey, okay, I'll stop.
focuses on her love of the animals. She has a small role in Ruthless People wanting to save the house's termites from being fumigated, that gets her dues in the scale of justice. The Mustard Warehouse wants to bulldoze the pond her fisherman friends live in order to build a new location. Lana does everything she can to stop it.
And then conveniently by the end, turns out killing those fish is a felony or whatever. Like, apparently they're endangered or whatever. Like, I don't know. Lana went through all this effort, and it feels like the narrative is not rewarding her. At least not in a believable way.
Instead of going for a petition, she fabricates a lake monster, only for things to get way out of control, and then tries to do the standard petition and fails. Though hope was not lost. Lisa recognizes that the fishmen are lake sturgeons, a federally protected endangered species, and thus Lana's new friends are safe to have their family in peace.
Again, little bit of a Deus Ex Machina, a little too convenient.
Lola goes through some interesting tribulations this season.
Yes. Really just one or two, but they're still really interesting.
She's getting a bit of her bite back, but is still developing her into a lovable and well-rounded character.
Hell yeah.
One of her
You happy now, Erica? There's your Lola episode. Actually, two of them. Actually, I'm actually a really big fan of this one.
Episodes of the parody of the Telltale Heart, where she accidentally breaks one of Lucy's dolls and it proceeds to punch her and always...
The fact that it basically it does parody the episode. It's the work of art, the poem, the shorts. No, not the poem. The short story. It's named after. The title is parodying. Like, I don't know, something about that. Like, keep in mind, guys, T-Tail Heart, it's a parody of The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, which is a story about covering up a murder and basically going through the psyche of the murderer in question. And here in this episode, Lola, she takes a doll from Lucy without asking because she thinks it looks really cute. She accidentally damages it, and then she does her best to get rid of it and cover up the fact that she basically destroyed it. And then it keeps showing up when she's not looking. It's basically haunting her. Like, I don't know. Something about a Nickelodeon show just paying homage to one of the to such an iconic horror writer. Okay, not really horror writer, more so suspense and thriller, but still. Something about it. I really appreciate it. Maybe it's because I studied a little bit of Edgar Allan Poe when I was in high school, but it's still a really loving it's a really cool homage. Gosh, I'm really stuttering.
Come back despite her increasingly extreme attempts to get rid of it. But in true Savino-era fashion, this still has a logical explanation. Lana simply ended up happening upon the doll multiple times.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's not like the doll came alive or anything or is trying to haunt her. Lana just kept finding the doll where Lola was burying it or trying to get rid of it. Like, honestly, that is such a funny twist.
Continually brought it back home, unaware of what was going on. Her other two episodes center around her pageantry.
Okay, No Place Like Homeschool. It's fine. Not too crazy, but not too terrible either.
A Place Like Homeschool reveals that she's homeschooled during the pageant season, so she has more time to practice.
And
actually plays the role of she's
hold on.
homeschooled during the pageant season, so she has
This little gag of just Lola driving around on her little I forgot what those toy calls are called. They probably have a proper name, but her just turning around with the sunglasses and just going in reverse. Like, I don't know. That definitely hit a little too close to home.
more time to practice. And actually plays the role of the voice of reason when her siblings want
Yeah, boo. I did.
in on the action. She ends up having to help them study for a big test, only to fail herself from a lack of sleep. And in a reverse of A Tattler's Tale...
Although, seriously, how exactly did she help here? Okay, this is season 4. No, season 3. She's 6 years old. She's in elementary. How the heck is she supposed to help Lori or Luna or Lincoln with their homework? He's in the 5th grade. They're in high school. Like, how exactly did she help there? Did she just give them, like, I don't know, time pacing techniques? I don't know how this was supposed to go down. It's a little too vague to the point where I don't believe it, but...
The siblings take the fall for Lola. Meanwhile, Gown and Out shows that she's a juggernaut in local pageants, but she never competed in statewide ones.
And she definitely felt intimidated.
She ends up losing her confidence and fakes being sick on the day of the Little Miss Michigan pageant, but some encouragement from...
Wait. Why did the caption say Little Miss Michigan peon? How do you get that out of pageant? Where's the G, bro? All right.
Lori and Lincoln encourage her to give her a go after all.
Yeah.
She loses, but
the fact that Lori uses the analogy of her losing the title of homecoming queen, like, I don't know. I definitely appreciated that. Like, the fact that Lori was down, but ultimately she picked herself back up, partially thanks to Bobby. Like, I don't know. That was very heartfelt.
Comes out of it with her head up, knowing she gave it the best she got. Another strong...
Like, yeah, she didn't win, but hey, she still more or less gave her opponent some competition. No pun intended.
Season for Lola. We learned a lot of little things about Lisa this season. She once caused a nuclear accident at school, sucks at arts and crafts, bomb shelter in the backyard.
That's honestly a really funny gag. You know what? With how smart Lisa is, I'm willing to bet she got enough grant money to build it. Yeah, Gown and Out, it's actually one of those episodes that I know a lot of people are a fan of. It's not my favorite Lola episode. It's close. Like, that title goes to read aloud, but it's definitely a very respectable episode. I do regret not talking about it enough. At least in my best episodes video back then.
And despite her scientific skill, can't make something as simple as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, honestly, that little detail of Lincoln making her PB&J, it's like, I don't know, just those little details. They could eventually they should collectively add up to the point where I feel invested in these characters, to say the least.
Lincoln has to do it for her at bedtime, and she loves the way he makes them.
I mean, at the end of the day, guys, it's a cartoon. It's not entirely realistic, but when it is, just remember, she's 5 years old. Lincoln is 11. She's her big brother. He's happy to make sandwiches for her out of love for her. Like, I don't know, just let me feel the love. Know what I mean? I hate to put it so vaguely, but just let me feel the love. Know what I mean?
House of Lies has her learn the
In contrast, screw this episode.
importance of telling a little white lie every now and again.
Nope.
As
Yeah, and they went about it in the worst way possible.
chaos can unfold without them. Lisa's
Really, it's not really the fact that they told little white lies. It's the fact that they kept lying.
defining episode this season, though,
It's not really a little white lie when you're lying about it every time. Know what I mean?
was the mad scientist, and it continued what friend or foe had started.
Uh-huh.
Irritated by her siblings' interruptions, her fellow
Wait, is this a remix of Rainbow Road? Hold on.
and it continued what friend or foe had started.
Okay, you know what? I don't need to fixate on these details.
Irritated by her siblings' interruptions, her fellow scientists invited her to come stay with them at the Institute.
Uh-huh.
No, not that Institute, this one.
I have no idea what that was referencing, but all right.
For a day, and within that day, she impresses them to such a degree that she's invited to live there full time.
Oh my gosh, I can't unhear it now.
Family misses her, she claims to have little to no emotional attachment. She quickly sees her humanity overcome her,
Yeah.
missing her family and realizing that her
Like, yeah, some people would say the conclusion is a little questionable. She literally just goes back in time and convinces herself to not go to the institution. But at the same time, the messaging is very heartfelt. Like, yeah, you might think you won't miss your family, but eventually those little details will start creeping up on you and you'll realize how much they're worth appreciating, to say the least. At least in these circumstances.
some things she can't do on her own. The Institute starts to feel cold and lonely to her. The
Yeah.
other scientists don't enjoy her non-science activities, and the less said about the food, the better. She begins to yearn for the warm welcome of her home.
Yeah, honestly, Erica, Double Dash's Rainbow Road, would I say it's my favorite, or does that go to... It's between that one and 64. But as far as the music is concerned. As far as the actual track, that's a whole nother story.
Thankfully, she solved time travel earlier in the episode and goes back to undo her acceptance of their initial offer.
Uh-huh.
It shows that no matter how much she buries herself in science, she's still human.
She's still human. She's still a 5-year-old girl. She eventually has to come to terms with the fact that she's emotionally naive.
And that her heart will overcome.
It really just builds up on what she was forming, the bond she was forming with Darcy, to say the least. And you know what? Respect.
No matter what. Also, she had a Snoop Dogg poster in her room, and that's just hilarious.
Like, that's such a funny contrast. Like, I appreciate the irony there.
Yes. Once again, Lily gets no focus episodes of
Aw, look at Lily. Look at Lily and her little wolf jammies. Look at her. I'm telling you, man, when it comes to adorableness, Lily just doesn't miss.
her own, but we're still seeing her change. Her gag is very much toned down, and she's starting to display more intelligence, more sass, more of a personality of her own instead of feeling like a prop. We even see her make
I mean, she's like a year old, bro. Like, you can only do so much realistically.
little drawings and scribbles, which would be some fun foreshadowing for her future shtick as a little artist.
Aww.
Lynn and Rita cap off another active season, solidifying themselves as members of the main cast.
Uh-huh.
Both had strong showings, and even an episode together.
Yeah. It was actually a really charming episode. Just them wanting to build the one where they want to build a bathroom in their room.
Where they, sick of having to share the family's one bathroom with their children, build a new one in their closet in secret.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I can't unhear it. I can't help but hum along.
Children, apologizing that they've cheated the system. Though this feeds into an issue at the
I mean, to be fair, though, you're the parents. You're the one who established the rules. Like, what's so wrong about having your own bathroom? Like, what's so wrong about having 2 bathrooms in one house, especially in a house with 11 kids? Like, back when I used to live with my parents, it was there was only 4 of us at most, and there was 2 bathrooms. What's the big deal, to be honest? Like, yeah, you're bending the rules a little bit, but come on. In the grand scheme of things, you can't argue with the results.
two go through periodically, putting themselves on the level of their children. They're the adults of the house. They're absolutely entitled to their own bathroom.
That's what I'm saying.
Courteous to your kids is a good thing, but given how often the kids make a mess of things, and how the long bathroom line can make them late for work or other affairs,
That is true.
They had every right to treat themselves. They also show that
Also, I mean, who else is gonna pay for a second bathroom? Let's be honest, guys. Year goes to Super NES Rainbow Road theme. How did that one go again? Was it the whole? Okay, I remember now. Da, 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 da. Okay, I remember now.
their occasional
I had to think about it for a moment.
bout of irresponsibility and frenzy. Instead of trying to control the situation of all these kids appearing at their house, they decided to just flee to the mall instead, not return.
Okay, Boo, in your case, yeah, definitely, you definitely do need 2 bathrooms at the minimum. But yeah, in my case, it was only 4. It was just mom, dad, two sons. We still had 2 bathrooms. Like,
Until the police show up. Even a comp lampshades it. Granted, they do still punish their children in the end, making them pay the cost of the noise citation.
yeah.
They still should have put a stop to it before it could start.
Yeah, every now and again, we've discussed this plenty of times, guys. Sometimes they're the best parents, but other times they're the absolute worst. Like, there's really no in between.
Last season, they really loved to showcase Lynn Senior, but this time around, it was Rita who really got the chance to shine.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah. Lynn Senior got a lot of episodes in season 2, and Rita got a handful in 3.
We learned a lot of fun things about her. She's extremely adept at flying planes and tanks, apparently, thanks to Pop Pop's military experience.
I mean, when you're raised by a guy who was in the Air Force, yeah, that kind of checks out.
She's also great with woodworking and is overall very youthful.
Yeah. Really good at craftsmanship, a good writer. Like, you know what? For a woman who's like what? At the beginning of her 40s, I mean, if I'm trying to be respectful, I want to say early 40s. I don't know how old Rita is. We never know for sure. But yeah, I totally believe that a woman like her would have this kind of experience.
She even gets one last dip into dentistry, with a little helping of medical malpractice thrown in. Not having enough.
Yeah, APD, come to think of it, we never do see that bathroom again. Like, yeah, it needed a bit of an overhaul and some maintenance, but yeah, we never do see that bathroom again.
Novocaine to treat one of her patients and then goes through with the fillings anyway.
Wait, I just realized now he's playing N64 Rainbow Road. Hold on.
Enough Novocaine to treat one of her patients and then goes through with the fillings anyway. This season would give her 2 focus episodes. In Rita Her Rights, she gets her 50th parking.
Bro, hold on.
This season would give her 2 focus episodes. In Rita Her Rights, she
It is so jarring to see Rita without her lipstick. Like, I don't know, is it just me?
gets her 50th parking ticket while taking the kids to school, because apparently it isn't consistent whether or not they take the bus.
Yeah. How does that work? Like, it'd be a little nice if they enlightened us with her work schedule, to say the least. Like, sometimes they take the bus, sometimes mom drives them to school, but when? Which days?
And is given the choice of a $2,000 fine or community service. She has a peaceful day of picking up trash and realizes that it's nice to be away from the house.
Da, da, da,
She briefly reverts to
da.
season 1 levels for the sake of the episode.
Uh-huh.
She purposefully gets more tickets to get more days away.
But yeah, it's kind of jerkish. I mean, you got 11 kids that need you, but at the same time, you understand where she's coming from. And 2, her bond with the squirrel throughout this whole episode, I thought it was really adorable.
This ends up counting as a crime spree, earning her some short-lived jail time.
Yeah.
Though the police understood why she needs to
To be honest, I know it's a bit questionable, but the cop just letting her go at the end of the episode, going like, you know what? I get it. I get why you went out of your way to get all those tickets on purpose. You're free to go.
break and let her out quickly.
Like, at the end of the day, guys, you don't got to think about it too hard. It's a cartoon.
The right stuff,
At least sometimes.
meanwhile, further builds upon her love of creative writing. Principal Huggins
Upstairs bathroom for the kids, downstairs for the parents for the most part. The kids' rooms are upstairs and your parents' room. Ah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. One for the kids, another for the parents, and I guess in case of emergencies, the kids use the parents' ones. Like, it's a simple enough system.
hosts a boring writing club, which Lucy complains about.
Yeah.
Rita takes over the club, which Huggins agrees to free up time for himself
You know, for a guy who was into comic books as a kid, he is surprisingly a very boring writer, to say the least.
to fix his rating with the superintendent, and she makes it about self-expression and poetic inspiration instead of strict grammar rules.
Yeah. They go on. Like, honestly, I would, if I was still a kid at the time, if I went to the school and I was a kid, I would definitely join that writers club, to say the least.
Huggins finds
Making a field trip to a convenience store, writing poetry, just finding inspiration. Like, I don't know. I'd totally be down for that.
Out and forces Rita to teach his material if she wants to stay in charge of the club.
Seriously, it's a writing club, not an English class. Like,
it instantly bores the students again.
Yep.
He even falls asleep. That
was really funny, though. The fact that it was so boring that even he fell asleep, and she was like, you know what? Let's ditch this loser.
They sneak out on another field trip. Huggins eventually catches them, but the superintendent sees the kids perform at the Burnt Bean and attributes it to his writing club, which boosts his rating.
That is a little too convenient, and once again, Huggins just went unpunished. Like, I don't know, he was being such a stick in the mud throughout the whole episode, and suddenly, just because the superintendent is there, he would have gotten his comeuppance if Rita hadn't just pandered to him for whatever reason. You could have just as easily let him get, how does the saying go? You could have easily fed him to the wolves.
Considerably. Huggins admits that it was Rita's accomplishment, but Rita shares the credit with Huggins, and the two compromise.
You really shouldn't have. He did not deserve it whatsoever.
There's room for both fundamentals and fun in writing. Rita was one of the big winners of this season.
Oh, look at Lily with the little sunglasses.
But that doesn't mean that Lynn Sr. didn't get his dues as well.
Yeah, he definitely did.
It like last time, but he does still get his fair share of stories.
You know what? That episode where he learned to cook with Luann, I thought it was really sweet.
From paranoia about playing favorites to a trip to a cowbell to Coachella, leading him to thinking that he's losing Lily to Mr. Grouse. The latter wears one of his sweaters. But most of his focus this season was looking toward his cooking career. He still works at Aloha Comrade.
Oh wait, that episode with Luann. I'm guessing it was season 4.
And alongside his successful investment in A Fridge Too Far, he finally achieved his dream and cooked. One of this season.
No, I get that, Bo, but you really don't. For the most part, you don't need to go past the basics. At least I want to believe that.
Specials. The family helps him fix up the old.
Like, keep in mind, guys, when it comes to writing my scripts, you know what? Let me give you guys a glimpse. Hopefully, I don't disclose any personal information. Wait, hold on. Like, keep in mind, guys, when I write my scripts, most of the time, yeah, I do focus on having at the very least a basic grasp on decent grammar. Oh my goodness, why is Yahoo Search my go-to search engine? I don't know. You know what? Something in my Chrome settings. Like, not to spoil too much about what I got coming up, guys, but yeah, as far as my scripts are concerned, I do try to have proper grammar when I write them. I'll tell you that much. And I'm gonna scroll this too fast just so you guys don't get spoiled on the lines and whatnot, because this video is hopefully dropping next week. That's all I can really say in that regard, though, guys. But yeah, point is, bare minimum grammar is one thing, but having it be the whole basis of your writing club, or at the very least all you teach, like, I don't know, I can see how that would get boring really fast.
Old restaurant he bought.
Yeah, Cowbella is still a very clever name, 10 out of 10.
It ends up leading to conflicting promotions and promises that overwhelm the restaurant's opening day. Thankfully, though, they're able to save the day in the end, and Lynn's Table would become one of Royalwood's most successful restaurants from that point forward.
You know what? Realistically, do I believe that a local family restaurant manages to garner that much success? A little bit. You would think it wouldn't, especially because the name is so basic, but you know what? I buy it.
The skilled chef that impresses
or maybe I'm just being too optimistic about it, but still though, it's a cartoon. You don't gotta think about it that hard.
Everyone by sticking to what he does best. Serving honest comfort food that everyone loves.
I will say this though, this one moment at the end of Breaking Dad, I thought it was really sweet. The fact that it turns out Lily was only calling Mr. Krause Dada because he was wearing her dad's sweater. And then when he took it off, like, she was calling her dad Dada. Like, I don't know. And look at her little face. Like, look at her. Just wrapped up in the sweater. Oh, this little potato. She's so cute, man.
With the exception of House of Lies for some reason, where he makes gross experimental food instead. Odd decision by the...
Yeah. Keep in mind, guys. Remember that episode of Season 2 where his family gets so fed up with his cooking, not because it's bad, just because it's so repetitive, to where they try to make their own food. It did not go well, so... And then he completely improvises an actual decent dish out of everything they made. And then suddenly, in House of Lies, he's a bad chef again, completely improvising. He can't improve a dish, and his family doesn't trust him to try.
Writers.
To the point where they have to lie to him. Like, I don't know, all the more reason I don't like House of Lies.
Our supporting cast continued its track record from last season.
Uh-huh.
We didn't get much in the way of new faces this time around.
I didn't even realize there's Myrtle's right there in Racing Hearts. To be fair, it's an episode I like to forget about, but still.
Outside of someone important who we'll get to in a bit,
Oh boy.
new additions were Mrs. Bernardo, who went through a mid-season design change.
Would it be a stretch to say that's whitewashing? You know what? I'm not going to think about that.
And an early bird cameo from Mr. Ballhoffner. Mr. Grouse took a step back.
Yeah, more or less, Aura. Yeah. In a small town. You know what? What is the population of the town this show is based on? Come to think of it. Let's look into it. Out of curiosity. Okay, 58,000 people. Realistically, the town it's based off of, yeah, there's no way the population is that big, realistically speaking, but I don't know. I guess in some ways, maybe the Loud Sisters would be, I don't know what to make of it, to be honest. But that's too big of a number for a family of 10 sisters to actually gain that kind of notoriety.
This season, being mostly
What do I collect besides Pokemon? I don't really collect them, Hardhead, but yeah, that's really all there is to it, to be honest. I'm not really a collector by any means.
Mentioned earlier, he keeps the IT
Just the occasional plushie, but I wouldn't call myself a collector.
job he got last season, and his skills are only continuing to grow. Who knew that this man could code? He has his moments of crankiness,
Tracy, I don't believe they have an established population, at least in canon, so what would be the point?
but he's nowhere near as antagonistic as he used to be, and even gets the occasional fun moments.
Yeah.
His only major plot-driving role is in the aforementioned Breaking Dad, where he has to babysit Lily and she ends up developing an attachment to him, thinking that he is her dad thanks to wearing one of Lynn's old sweaters. And of course, he still loves that Lynn Zania.
Yeah, but ultimately, do we really care? It's just a trivial detail in the grand scheme of things.
Flip had a sort of shift in roles himself.
Oh my god, this shot alone is already grossing me out. Put your feet down, you freaking degenerate. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys.
From his moments of being a gross human being, this season doesn't pin him as an antagonist, instead focusing on his role as a salesman, providing services that he charges the main characters a pretty penny for. Some of these being dumb side business shout
Yeah, you and me both, boo.
hello alter egos, hats, pawns, and prawns, tuckers, ticks, and tucks.
Uh-huh.
Dummy tendencies are still alive and well.
And somehow these writers still think it's funny. Because keep in mind, guys, even in Season 9 and Season 8, we're still getting Flip episodes. Or for whatever reason, even an episode about his pet raccoon, who can predict the weather. It's so dumb, man. Moving on.
To pay citations and illegally moving signs to try and manipulate municipal boundaries. He even knows this guy from prison. I'd love to know the history there. He even works with the protagonist on a few separate.
Probably because he went to jail for scamming or fraud. Who knows? I mean, do you really expect anything nuanced out of this character, my guy?
Occasions, sponsoring a basketball team that he drafts Lynn for, and acting as a storyteller for Thanksgiving. Even showing a kinder side when he donates to the Casa Grande's canned food drive.
Okay.
Who knows if that food's expired or not?
Yeah. Never mind the fact that he's probably just doing it for the attention.
But don't worry about that. Old Flip saved Thanksgiving. Our friends in the Dog Squad continue to build up.
Wait, is that what they're called?
Have multiple notable moments throughout the season.
Uh-huh.
Remember the girl Lincoln was trying to impress on the bus?
Yeah.
Her name's Stella Zhao, and she'd officially make an appearance just a few episodes after White Hair.
Yeah, well, not really a few. Pretty much well over halfway into the season. Which definitely does... Not that I was there at the time in the show's airtime when these episodes officially aired, but I can definitely see how uncomfortable it would be for people to be left hanging like that. Like, imagine watching White Hair, best episode in the whole series, and then we don't see this girl again for another, 15 episodes?
Be Stella my heart. She attempts to approach the boys multiple times, the group getting nervous and weirding her out.
Which made no sense for freaking Lincoln, especially Lincoln of all people. And especially not Clyde. He's crushing on he's crushing on a completely different girl next season. He was being completely supportive of Lincoln's endeavors with her, and like when he met her on the bus, like half of these feelings just don't make any sense. Ugh. But what can I say that hasn't already been said?
so she attempts to ask each one of them to hang out separately.
The Freckled gang? Oh my gosh, they all do have freckles. At least until Kara comes along, I think.
The boys think she's trying to date all of them, and after some squabbles, they think
Which made no sense. Again, last time Lincoln assumed a girl liked him, he got punched in the eye. So why would he listen to the wannabe Casanova that is Rusty in the first place? Because that was his idea. He's the one that's saying, you know what? It's obvious that this new girl wants to go out with one of us. Like, yeah, she just met us, but she totally wants to date us already. Like, how? What made these writers think that it would be okay or cohesive or rational for their protagonist, let alone his best friend, to be anywhere near this dense?
she's trying to turn them
Oh, man. It just feels like a really shallow cop-out.
against each other and confront her. Stella laughs it off and reveals that she simply wanted to be there.
Like, at the very least, I appreciate Stella's mentality about it. Like, she just laughs off the idea, and she doesn't hold it against the guys ultimately, but it's still really frustrating. It feels so forced. I call them the ski... Why would you... Erica, do I want to know why?
Friends and found approaching them difficult. The boys apologize and induct Stella into their group as the sixth member. Also, Rusty likes the way her hair smells.
Hey, yo. I mean, he's a kid at the end of the day, and so is she, but hey, yo.
Before Stella's arrival, the boys have another amusing adventure under their belts as well.
Uh-huh.
Past her bedtime, Liam invites his buddies over for a sleepover at his family's farm,
Uh-huh.
only for girl Jordan to approach them in the halls and invite them to a pool party scheduled for the very same night.
Uh-huh.
Also, before we continue, you've probably seen this girl before.
The fandom definitely has, but in terms of canon, I really haven't.
She's very popular in fan art.
For whatever reason.
But to bust another misconception, she's not a major character.
She's not.
She gets-
Not even close. She's only had, like, what? 4 speaking lines in total? 3 seasons in, and she's only had, like, 4 speaking lines.
Maybe a couple of appearances per season, and has only played a major role in 2 episodes.
That is true.
One and
I completely forgot about the fact that they kind of tried to slowly sneak her into the Freckled gang. You know what? I kind of like it. I kind of like that name. But I guess they just ultimately gave up.
Season 5's Frame on You. But outside of that, she isn't very relevant. Anyway, the boys still agree to go to Liam's for the sleepover, but they're all sent videos of the party and the temptation grows to ditch Liam. Lincoln in particular has a cannonball record to maintain. They get Liam tuckered out and sneak on over while he's asleep, and all sorts.
Okay, I will say this. Is there any reason Liam couldn't have delayed the sleepover for a day? Just because, in the grand scheme of things, Jordan's party probably has a lot more people in question to the point where she can't postpone it as easily. Like, I don't know. Yeah, 30 seconds of total screen time, Pixel, more or less.
Sorts of hilarity ensues, embarrassing them big time. They get back to the farm and it looks like they're in the clear. But Liam knows everything.
Like, yeah, no kidding. I appreciate that in Liam. He may be an innocent farm boy, but he's not an idiot.
For a round of
And honestly, the ending of this episode was really funny.
apologies, they make
Like, they're eating bacon, and he's like, oh, I hope y'all enjoy Virginia. That's what she gets for losing her wrestling match. And then turns out he was kidding.
up over a nice hearty farm breakfast. He's such a good kid.
He is. Like, if you take out, like, okay, let me put it this way. If you remove Lincoln, if I was to say I had a favorite of Lincoln's friend group that wasn't a clear standout like him or Stella, I would probably say Liam. Like, I don't know. I thought he was a very charming character.
Other members of the Loud family get minor developments, but don't play a major role in the season at large.
Yeah.
The pets are present, but don't get a focus episode this time around.
Yeah, 99% of the time, they're not even on the screen. They're nowhere to be seen in the house, which is a little concerning. Like, I don't know. That's the thing about TV shows, guys, with a really large cast, a really large ensemble cast. Sometimes the writers are going to forget some of them exist, and that's not always a good thing.
Pop also makes a couple of appearances this season, including the introduction of his girlfriend, Myrtle.
A very charming character, even to this day, surprisingly. Seriously, though, can we bring back Jennifer Coolidge to voice her, please? Nothing against Alex Casares, but I'm sorry, man. Jennifer Coolidge's voice is just iconic.
Become a big deal in the future, but for right now, the two of them are taking it slow.
Like, yeah, straight up. You could ditch Zach and Liam, and it feels like you wouldn't miss much, to say the least.
And to end things off, The Royal Woods Elementary cast got some smaller developments as well. Huggins has his realization with the writing club and the apprenticeship of Clyde.
Still should have gone unpunished. That's all I'm gonna say.
And is shown to run his school well.
This is a reason why they should bring back Misty Martino for an episode, so Stella can point out how stupid every guy having a crush on them.
That would be a really fun episode.
It makes his mediocre rating from the superintendent all the more strange, but at least it's still a better showing than a certain someone we all know and love.
Wait, is that why Huggins is such a jerk? Is he based on Principal Skinner? I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I don't have to think about it too much.
Mrs. Johnson is shown to live alone and loves karaoke. While Kowski is revealed to live on a houseboat with his mom against an allowance like a mama's boy.
Bro, you have a job. Why would you... Okay, living on a boat is one thing, and honestly, I think it's kind of cool if the boat is luxurious enough, but getting an allowance? Like, bro, you have a job. Okay, I get it. You're a teacher. Teachers are kind of underpaid, but really? Do we really have to go to that cartoonish extreme?
And the dating experience gone wrong makes us question why he has been fired. And then there's Shan.
Seriously, though, he went out of his way. His date went wrong. It's Lincoln and Clyde's fault, and for whatever reason... Okay, you know what? Not for whatever reason. He has his reasons, but the fact of the matter is, he wanted to assault 2 11-year-old boys. Like, yeah, you're fired, bro. That's all I can tell you.
I actually forgot to talk about him a couple of seasons ago. He's a popular kid who first appeared in Season 1's The Waiting Game.
Yeah. Initially, he was just popular kid with the big birthday parties that everyone wants to go to, and then suddenly he's a bully that nobody respects.
He's known to
like, they really did something of a 180 on him.
Throw exclusive parties, and even when he's a jerk, he still keeps his end of the deal. He gets another major role in this season's Jeers for Fears, and an uncharacteristically frightenable Lincoln and Clyde join the Royal Woods House of Terror to save face. They actually make it further than the terrified Chandler. He starts to respect them and invites him out to get some pizza. Friends with Chandler.
Only for him to just turn into a neurotypical bully within like the next season.
Who would have thunk it? And here's where things draw to a close. Our characters have faced a lot of challenges and achieved great victories.
Yeah.
As we come to the end of an era and
a lot of progress in the characters, I will give it that, but definitely lots of steps backwards.
Upon the dawn of a new one.
Case in point, it's really the most egregious example is Stella, and also Luna and Sam, but the problem with that is that it never should have taken any steps, but that we're not here for that right now.
We finish the climax, now things will cool down for a bit. The show's starting to come to its modern form bit by bit. That earlier season flavor is still there.
The real question is, do we care about this modern form? Should we concern ourselves with it nowadays? I don't know.
Very much its own.
Like, we all know what I think of it. It's mediocre, it's definitely a fall from grace, a step backwards, blah, blah, blah.
An animal. What do you think of Season 3? Was this one of your favorites, or did you feel that the show was going down the wrong path?
It has some of the best in the franchise, but also some of the worst. That's all I can really say.
Comments as we head on over to Season 4.
Alright. That was Season 3's retrospective, guys. All in all, very thorough analysis. You know what? It's 40 minutes long. I sincerely hope so. You know what? He went into everything that I hoped he did, and to be honest, I'm glad he didn't fixate too much on negatives or positives. He was more or less just giving a neutral, impartial stance. And you know what? I appreciate it. Like, he more or less just looks into the identity of the series as a whole, rather than just fixating on individual episodes and narratives. And you know what? I can respect that. Like, it's definitely a very unique approach, at least compared to what I do, more or less. But alright. That's that for the retrospectives, guys. I would get into the Season 4 one, but that's 34 minutes long, and we are like, what? An hour and a half into the stream? Okay, an hour and 48 minutes. So, I think now's as good a time as any to switch to Legends Arceus, guys. If y'all want to stick around and join me, then be my guest. Otherwise, well, it was nice having you guys around. But ultimately, I don't necessarily do it for the viewership. But with that being said, guys, I gotta set up the Switch, and I kind of want to go to the bathroom. So, I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Whoops, wrong layout. There you go. Oh, I actually really like this track. Oh well. Alright, here we are, guys. Pretty much continuing where we left off yesterday. We finally fought... Oh my gosh, excuse me for that. I did eat before starting stream, rather than the other way around as usual, so excuse me for that. Alright, where did we leave off? More rogues. We finally beat Jacintha. Her theme is an absolute banger. You know what? We gotta listen to it off screen at some point. All I know is that for now, we're just dealing with more rogues, as per usual. And apparently it's time for a meeting. I'm ready. Just realized I don't have chat set up here on OBS. Hold on. Mudkip be strutting to stuff? Yeah, he is, as always. He's just a little guy. He's just having the time of his life. Oh, we finally get to see Mega Dragonite. Okay. Honestly, considering the fact that it's this late into the game, I kind of hate the fact that the promotional material spoiled it for me, but I guess I should just trust the instincts of the developers. I don't know. Tyranitar? Okay. Oh gosh. Swampsuit, if you're in chat, you already... It's time, my boy. It's time. It's time. Oh gosh. All three of those can be difficult to tackle, even when they haven't Mega Evolved. Really? Which means they'll be extremely tough custom. Uh-huh. Of course. Why wouldn't I? Uh-huh. Wait, I just realized, is my mic muted? Okay, no, I'm just tripping. As always. Yeah, honestly, 2 Mega Evolved Pseudos, and then there's Starmie, for whatever that might be worth. But alright. To recap. Patrick Starmie's comments. Oh gosh, Poot. Oh, where do I start? Where do I start? Bro, Mega Starmie is just... On one hand, I want to enjoy it ironically, but at the same time, I really was hoping for a lot more. For the concept of Mega Starmie. He just looks... Part of me makes me wish I wasn't spoiled on it, but you know what? I'm kind of glad I was, because I would have been really disappointed either way. Alright. Tawny with the Dragonite. Naveen with the T-Tart. Boy, you better finally use that Mega Scrafty. You got no excuse. Wait. I just realized. Lita... Is this finally going to encourage her to Mega Evolve her Staryu so she can use Mega Starmie? We always seem to leave the heaviest load on your shoulders. I mean, I can handle it, but do I want to? I guess the protagonist protagonist has to protagonist, I guess. All right, let's do it. I think I'm going to start with Dragonite, just because Eleanor is well equipped to deal with him, to say the least. And if push comes to shove, we have Shelly now. But alright. You know what? I know where to start, Boo, with Patrick memes. Now it's my turn! You know what? Maybe we can take care of that side quest while I'm here. I'm a goofy goober rock. Bro, what was with Patrick with those? Well, I don't know. To this day, I don't understand the point of giving Patrick stilettos and fishnet stockings, but I'm sorry. That's just quality meme material. Bro, classic SpongeBob just doesn't miss. Except that one time it did. Like, the only bad episode I can think of from that era is just Big Pink Loser. That's the only episode I genuinely dislike. Out of all of that I can think of from classic SpongeBob. Oh gosh, tell me she's not from the SBC. She is. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Jacintha and Lebe... Ah, you're right. She does use all dragons. Although, to be fair, her ace is part poison, and poison beats fairy, so... That it really is a funny contrast, because we do know how Laban tends to be a little too submissive for whatever reason. Okay, I can work with that. What dragons are we talking, though? Okay. If that's what we're doing, though, I gotta make some adjustments. Okay, apparently the only dragon move Shelly knows is Dragon Pulse, so I'm in a bit of a bind. Okay, I guess if anyone's Mega Evolving, it's Eleanor or Jake. Maybe Alfred, but I guess we'll just work. I guess I'll just improvise as I go. Seriously, to this day, Goofy Goober Rock, still a banger. I actually have it in my Spotify playlist. I don't know if you guys noticed when I showed my Spotify playlist a while back. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wait a minute, what's your name? Guivra? Okay, someone's gonna have to let me know how to pronounce that, because I am mad. My hands are tied. You know, is there any reason I shouldn't Mega Evolve immediately? Me and the boys out to save some... More or less. God, she is still so majestic. I love Mega Frostlass. And yeah, you're dead before you can even dig. Bro, the cloud formation, the cloak, oh my gosh, I love this. I love this Mega. Would I say it's my favorite Mega out of all the new ones? Maybe. Oh, you know what? To be honest, I was hoping for a lot of... I was really hoping for a lot of evolved pseudos, but... maybe that might have been too difficult. Who knows? Probably because they're not fully evolved, lady. Maybe that's why they're not so strong. But alright. Yeah, Shelgon after I've seen one too many Shelgons in this game. Shelgon is Shelgon. I see what you did there. Though Laban can hardly talk, she can't ever seem to win against Jacinthe. I mean, what was Jacintha's team? Carbink, Aurorus, Mawile. I guess she does have some counters to poison. But it wouldn't hurt to improvise a little. She can teach her Garchomp Poison Jab or Iron Head. She does have a Garchomp if I remember correctly. I gotta know, you just gotta be a little more strategic about it. Yeah, they're all just babies. Okay, not literal babies, but you know what I mean. Now the real question is, how the hell did I get up there? I'm sorry, how the heck do I get up there? I don't know why I feel the need to restrict my length. You know what? At the end of the day, it's for my conscience's sake. Wait, Erica? Really? There's no way. You're pulling my leg. Pretty sure Shelgon doesn't get fly until he straight up evolves. Literally. As soon as you get a Salamence, he straight up wants to learn fly. Okay, I am completely lacking in the means to... Is there an elevator marked on the map? Okay, there has to be a way up somehow. And I think I just found it. Yeah, the teenagers, more or less. That's a really nice way of putting it. Steady. Okay, we're good. Bro, why are these bridges so narrow? Don't they realize people walk through these? Okay, I got it. Hold on. Oh, a rare candy. That's definitely appreciated. Because I kind of do want to build that Clefable, guys. Okay, there's got to be a bridge around here somewhere, right? And a screw. Alright, fine. You're asking for it, bro. Yeah, it's a crit, too. Loser. Thank you, Alfred. Okay, where am I headed? Seriously, how the heck am I supposed to get up there? I'm guessing through here, but don't see an elevator anywhere, let alone a bridge. I don't know, it's just my best educated guess. I don't swear, period. There's no point in doing so. Yeah, I get that. I get that, Boo. Like, honestly, the less I do it, the better, but I guess sometimes my anger just gets the better of me, and I'm not proud of that. Like, honestly, it's so easy to convey actual emotion or emphasis or passion without having to swear. And even when I do swear in my videos, I go out of my way to censor it, at the very least. That's just my way of making myself feel better about it, though. I'm still not proud of it. Wait, wasn't I just here? Yeah, my hands feel very tied. I have no means to climb this building. Okay, there has to be some way, but where do I start? Yeah, that is true, especially in your circumstance, Boo. I know you're surrounded by kids and little younger siblings. Yeah. All the more reason not to. Okay, how the heck do they expect me to get up here? Genuine question. We already tried through here. There's really no safe way across. That's just the river. It's gotta be somewhere through this building. Oh, I guess the best I can do is look for a scaffolding or whatever. That's the one thing I definitely do dislike this game a little more than Legends Arceus. It's a lot easier to get lost. Oh, hi. I didn't even notice. I'm straight up, guys. I did not even notice the Flabebe there. Like, she camouflaged perfectly. Like, is there like a ladder? Is there anything? Okay, there's a berry, but that's not really what I need. You have one younger sibling? Oh, he's done with high school? Oh, okay, but still, though. You got nieces and nephews and everything, so I get it. Yeah, I know, game. I know. I know I'm on a bit of a timer, but just because night is coming doesn't mean I'm gonna do what you expect out of me. You know what? The best I can do is just climb the scaffolding again. And then work from there. Steady. See, what I tell you? This bridge is way too freaking narrow. Seriously, someone could get hurt. Have they considered getting a bigger plank? Steady. Although, to be fair, I guess you're not meant to walk on those. Okay, seriously, what the heck? What the heck am I supposed to do now? Oh, look, it's Britzy. Maybe just make my way around? I don't know. I guess I really can't make my way around. This is another dead end. As far as I know. Okay, seriously though, why the heck do we have tables on the roof? Okay, sure, I guess. I don't know, is that a common thing in France? It's just having tables and chairs on your rooftops? Oh, great. Okay, I was about to say, how is there no means to climb this wall? Okay, I am genuinely lost. I guess I'll figure it out eventually. Oh, look at the little oh, I'm sorry, little guy. No, don't run away. I don't want to hurt you. I'm just chilling. Yeah, I know. You know what? If I make quote Teen Titans, we know, and we don't care. Okay, I don't even know where the heck I'm going anymore. Yeah, I'm going in the opposite direction, but hey, it's not like this game really gave me a choice. I'm not gonna make that, am I? Okay. You know what? Let's work from there. Definitely it feels a little unrealistic that this is my best approach, but I don't have a better idea. They should be around the corner here. Guessing around this building. Ugh, what a hassle. Okay, I wasn't. Oh, God, okay, I was about to say, is the elevator blocked? Why is she talking to me? But no, I just accidentally spoke to her instead. Alright. There has to be some sort of bridge around here, isn't there? Please. Like, do I just have a terrible sense of direction, or is it really supposed to be that complicated? What I would give to just basically live under snow every day, just to act... Like, I don't know. I'll take snow over rain any day. Just because rain is messy, it's convoluted, it makes the trip home from work a lot riskier in certain ways. Like with snow, at the very least, when it's light, it's really not that bad. Like, getting your clothes messy is one thing, but snow is snow, man. Like, there's a reason it's so romanticized, to say the least. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. You know what? Until I can figure it out, I'll just worry about another Mega. I guess we'll do the T-Tar first. I think Ricochet can handle that well enough. That is true, Anthony. But still, I'll still take snow every day. I haven't dealt with... straight up, guys, I have not dealt in snow since I was 11 years old. Because I had a field trip to a school-funded space camp. It happened to be snowing that year, in those days, and that was it. That was the last time I ever saw snow. Okay, to be honest, I really don't care. Can we just get to the T-Tar? Yeah, I can see how snow can be a little risky, because the ground is genuinely slippery, and that's actually really bad for tires. Or at the very least, that's my best conjecture. Okay. T-Tar is somewhere up there, but again, the hard part is just climbing finding a way to get up that freaking building. Not really the battle in of itself. I'm guessing through the scaffolding, but I could be wrong. Okay, you know what, guys? Let me put it this way. Snow is great in small doses. I guess you can make a case for rain, but honestly, snow is just a lot more enjoyable. Maybe it's just a burnout from rain. Okay. Okay, I need to lock in. I am not paying enough attention. Oh, okay, I guess I just needed to dodge roll a little better. There you go. And there's an elevator. Okay. Yeah, snow and rain, they're just nice when you don't have to deal with them. At the very least with snow, you don't have to worry about leaky roofs, to say the least. Okay, the T-Tar is close. Although, to be fair, though, Ricochet is... He's part flying, so he's partially weak to rock. Okay, do I have any other fighting type move I can teach him? Like, I would say flying press, but at the same time, that's part flying, so... It's not gonna be too practical. Then again, T-Tar's also weak to bugs, so... Maybe I can work off of that too, but... You know what, let's see what else I got. At least you can't get sick from snow, unlike rain. Yeah. Like rain, you need an umbrella, you need to be wearing a hoodie and everything. With snow, like, you're not gonna get sick just from having a couple drops on your clothing, to say the least. Yeah, storm. Like, okay, to be fair though, there is such a thing as blizzards, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of storms in general. Like the power outages, the leaky roofs, the slippery floor. Like, I don't know. It feels like it's a lot more prominent when compared to snow. Oops, I just realized I'm in the wrong section. Guess you can't go wrong with Rock Smash if I can't find anything else. He already knows Swords Dance, fortunately. I guess Rock Smash is my best bet. Wait, he can't... Well, the defense drop would have been nice, but I guess it's a lot to ask for. I guess I'll just stick to Flying Press and hope for the best. Hot Cocoa, Weighted Blanket, favorite movie or TV show, comfort plushie. Yeah. Just, you feel a lot more connected when you're using snow. Know what I mean? Bro, I'm just here to fight a T-Tar. Leave me alone. And they're attacking. Great. Alright, I'm out. By the looks of it, the T-Tar... Where is the T-Tar? Oh, there he is. I didn't even need to climb this building. Jacob, this one can. I'll tell you that much. But alright, he's got the Mega Stone. He's at a healthy level. Let's do this. If push comes to shove, we also have Alfred. But yeah, Boo. Hot Cocoa, Weighted Blanket, favorite movie or TV show. Maybe even playing a game. To be honest, comfort plushie. Like, bro, that is goals. Dream come true. Icing on the cake would just be someone to cuddle with. You know what? No. I feel like it would someone to cuddle with would definitely make or break it. Or at the very least, it would make it a million times better. That's just me, though. Alright, let's see. Tyranitar, the armor Pokemon. You did your research, huh? Okay, you know its description in the Pokedex, that's it. As you'd expect from the name, it possesses impressive defenses. It may be a long fight, but my Scrafty should do well against Tyranitar in terms of matchups, if you bother using it, you bozo. And in any case, he needs our help, so we'll have to do it. Uh-huh. Let's do it. Bro, if he's mentioning his Scrafty, he better be leading with it. You got no excuse this time. You had him last time, you had the Mega Stone, you had everything, and you still didn't use it. Inclement weather legitimately freaks me out. Oh, gosh. I mean, yeah, I get it, Boo. I get it. You know what? Now that I look at my clothes up close, I definitely like it more than the Go-Goat sweater. Having this discussion while I'm eating noodles? Bro. Sounds like you got it made, Anthony. Sounds like you got it made. Okay, he's leading with Ariados like an idiot. Ow. Okay, he is on my tail. Okay, he's still weak to Flying Press, even though it's part flying. I guess in this context they made an exception or whatever. Nope, Rico, get over here, my dude. Alright, we got the Mega. He's stunned. Yep, Rico, get over here, my dude. You know what? 1, let's heal you. 2, let's get you out of there. I don't know what he's scheming, but yep, that's scary. That is really scary. Holy crap. Yeah, there goes your Ariados. All you had to do was put him away, dude. All you had to do was put him away. You know, I should probably be Swords Dancing now that I think about it. Bro, he is getting clapped. Yeah, anytime now with that Scrafty. Anytime now with that Scrafty, Naveen. Anytime now, my dude. Holy crap. Bro, how hard of a concept is it to just put the Mon away? Finally. You gonna Mega Evolve him, or are you just gonna play dumb? Alright. Rico, get your butt over here, my dude. Okay, at the very least he's setting up Reflect for us. That's very nice. Or just for himself, apparently. Doesn't count for me. Okay, homie. I mean, he's fine, but I hate the fact that he's taking so much passive damage. Oh my gosh, too close, and Rico's dead. Ooh, my favorite movie. I've never put a lot of thought into it, but off the top of my head, I would say... You know what, chat? Guess. It's from the 80s. It's technically a Disney movie, although not technically. You know, let me put it this way. It's available on Disney+. It holds a... It's... The house... It stars a very iconic character. It's a very critically acclaimed movie, to say the least, or at the very least, it's very enjoyable. I doubt anyone's gonna guess it, but let's see. Bro, the iframes from the Mega actually kind of saved me there. It's kind of crazy. No, I may as well set up a Reflect. Oh, I was about to put him back in the ball, but okay. Okay, to be fair, Ricochet did most of the work there, but you know what? Well done, Alfred. Well done. Tyranitarite. The fact that the Megastone's names are just the name of the Mon plus Ite, I don't know, that's a little silly for me. Wait, did Naveen evolve his Scrafty? I wasn't paying attention. No, Tails, not a Studio Ghibli movie, although, good guess. Although, ironically, I need to watch more Ghibli movies. I have not seen one. I have not seen any of them in their entirety. I've never had the chance, and I am not proud of it. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? That's a really good choice. Like, Gene Wilder's performance, still iconic to this day. You know, let's do Starmie first. Question is, who am I gonna lead with? I guess in the grand scheme of things, it's gonna be mostly... I don't know, does Eleanor get access to any other decent ghost type move? Phantom Force is physical, so it's not doing her any favors. Okay, Starmie's weak to grass, so... What else can I use here? Oh, she has Leaf Storm and Solar Beam? You know what, I can get behind that. Okay, I think in the grand scheme of things, Leaf Storm is not that ideal. It's a special move, but it's gonna lower her offenses, so... You know what, with Giga and Solar Beam, we can make it work. Though I will say, if push comes to shove, I think we're gonna need Brady as well. What am I hoping who gets a Mega in the DLC? Flygon, like everybody else, because honestly, out of all the dragons in every generation, he's definitely been he's been done dirty. Although if I'm being biased, I want a Mega Empoleon. It's what we should have gotten instead of Mega Feraligatr. We did not need 2 Johto starters in this lineup, but it is what it is. But that's just wishful thinking. Okay, where the heck is Brady? Brady? Oh, there you are. Yeah, we can switch out Shelly for now. Wait, do I have his Mega Stone? Okay, I do. Good. I'm gonna be leading with Alfred, but just in case. Now comes the difficult part. Actually making my way to the frickin' building. Is my favorite related to Star Wars? No. As a matter of fact, no. Boo. Like I said, is a Disney movie, but technically not a Disney movie. Features an iconic character. It's from the 80s. So, one, it's not Star Wars, but even if it was, 2 of the 3 are already out of the question. Okay, I am literally running in a circle. How the heck am I supposed to get on this building? I'm guessing through... Okay, there has to be a way up the top of this building. I need an elevator. There you go. Do I watch Dorkly? How do you know I watch Dorkly, Anthony? And... I mean, I kind of do. I kind of did back in the day, but how would you know that? And every now and again, yeah. Mostly because of the Pokemon and Mario videos that they do. Was there a Super NES game? Not to my knowledge, Tails. I feel like nobody's gonna guess it, and you know what? There's some fun in that. But keep trying, guys. I'm really down to hear your responses. I can make it. I can't make it. Wait, what's down here? Okay, it's just a Magikarp. Yeah. To the surprise of no one, that elevator did not help me. Okay, wherever I'm going, it's probably through this building. Please tell me there's like a ladder or an elevator somewhere around here. That quest can wait. Really? Okay. Alright, no fun allowed. Can't even mind my own business looking for a ladder without these Ghastlies getting in my way. Man, it is so easy to get lost in this town. Maybe it's just because I'm just not familiar with the atmosphere, but... Okay, will this help? I'd like to believe so, but let's see. Steady. Is it animated? Yes and no, Boot. Yes and no. Not exactly my favorite movie, Boot, but it's up there. Because I can't think of a better response for what's my favorite movie. I just know that I really like this movie. I've loved it since I was a kid. It has a lot of mature subjects for being a PG film. You know what? That's another clue. It's PG. Oh. Big monkey. Big monkey. That is a big monkey. Yes, Boo. Okay, somebody got it. Oh, gosh. Boo, you got it. Yep. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Finally. No, Tails. Black Cauldron is awful. What makes you think that? Yes, Boo. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know what? If anyone had to get it, I'm glad it was you. Okay, seriously, how the heck am I supposed to get across? Oh, I guess that's how. Okay, there's Lita. Bro, buzz off. Hey, what the heck is going on here? Yeah, Anthony. I'm still really baffled. How the heck is that gonna play out? Like, it's not even a Pokemon or... Boot, you were actively looking it up. You know what? I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate the extra effort. Girl, you just love going... You really go the extra mile. Yeah, how the heck is that gonna play out, Anthony? Like, it's not even Pikachu versus Dark Magician. It's straight up Ash versus Yugi. How the heck is that gonna play out? Wait, there was Tails? I honestly don't know, wouldn't know for the life of me, like I said. Wait a minute, though. It's a film from the 80s, and the Super NES is from the 90s, though. Early 90s, to say the least. I guess it was around the same time window. Yeah, what are you guys doing here? Yeah, the Mega Starmie. We're here to deal with it. Come to think of it, I also want a Starmie on my team. I think if I do get one, I'm probably going to replace Shelly, just because I need a decent water type, and Starmie has a lot of good coverage. What time is it, by the way? Should be close to 6 o'clock. Okay, yeah, at around the 6 o'clock mark, I'm going to call it. Simple. If I defeat your team, then I'll be able to take on other opponents. What? Why would I? Okay, fine. I have a terrible lead, by the way. You got any mons that think deserve a Mega? Okay, Tropius is definitely one. If it wasn't for Black Cauldron late, I mean, I'm glad you're making the best of what you got, Boop, but at the same time, Black Cauldron is not a good movie. It has way too many problems. It's definitely one of the most boring Disney movies I've ever seen. At least in my opinion. I guess I should switch into Jake. And I may as well Mega Evolve now. Just so I'm not quad weak to Rock. And he already Stone Edged me, now that I look at it. It was a one-shot, and I need to heal. Or I can always switch to Julie. Okay, you are quad weak to ground. There is no way, right? Scizor. Yeah, that's funny, Jacob. Literally, the game is literally basically named after them, and still. But alright. Yeah, it's from 1989, and Game Boy, and... Well, not the Game Boy was 1991, I guess. Okay, I gotta look this up. You are pulling my leg, Tails. Something about this movie just having a Game Boy game, it's just so jarring to me. Hold on. Well, not GBA, just GB. Oh my gosh, it's real. Why is this a thing? This is really a thing? Okay, sure, I guess. I don't know why, and I've never heard of it until now, and feels a little blasphemous that I consider this arguably my favorite movie of all time, but hey, what are you gonna do? Alright, just a Skarmory now. Not gonna lie, a lot of these battle sequences, they're a little repetitive. Same trainer, same teams, just a little stronger, same music. Like, the experience with this franchise is definitely repetitive. Hey, Anthony, at least the ball gets bigger. Not that that's anything helpful. You know what? If he's gonna come at me, then I may as well heal up. Throw run. Luckily I'm not quad weak to it, but gosh, Mega Skarmory hits like a truck. Okay, we're good. Like, I know Charizard is weak to rock, but the fact of the matter is, Drill Run was not stab, and it still did a lot. Happy now? I see you've been honing your skills. Time for us to withdraw you lot. We can leave things to them. That was the plan in the first place. Like, who asked you to barge in? Doesn't Corbo know well enough that we deal with the rogues? Yeah, if he were here, he would tell you to back off. Kind of funny coming from you. You're older than Corbo and the rest of us. Probably gonna try to go to bed. Yeah, Boo, you've had a long day. I get it. And also, it's almost 6 o'clock over here. Yeah, I got work tomorrow. I guess we both gotta call it early for one reason or another. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Quite the little upstart, so me and my gang thought he needed to be taught a lesson. Yet Corbo and his Venipede gave us a slip at every turn. Always one step ahead. Until we were forced to... Oh, okay. He outdid us completely and in an area completely unrelated to battles. Ever since then, he has been... Yeah, Boo, you've been out of town pretty much the whole weekend. Yeah. You must be exhausted. At least mentally speaking. But to be honest, I'm really glad you still took time out of your day to show up to the streams. I really appreciate that. What are you giving me exactly? Lita, you could have just as easily bought this from the store. Yeah, please, evolve your Starmie already, girl. Even the right-hand man to a mob boss is telling you, evolve your frickin' Mon, you idiot. Well, it was a gift. Sure, why? You know what? Let me put it nicely. Sure, why not? Yeah, is there any reason she was so reluctant about it? I guess Staryu has better dance moves? Honestly, I don't know what to make of it. But alright. Leading with Alfred. You know what? Brady could use a bit of an overhaul. Oh! That's not bad. Thunder, Thunderbolt. Okay, I'm pretty sure... Status moves don't... I'm pretty sure status moves don't have effects on rogues. Also, yeah, Breaking Swipe is physical. It's not going to help. I need all electric moves, so... Yeah, I'm going to leave with Alfred, but if push comes to shove, I'll use Brady as well. The real question is, did Lita evolve her Staryu already, or is she still going to leave me hanging? Let's do it. 4 Starmie's Rogue sets in. Want me to heal up? Do I need it? You know what? Just in case. I don't want to waste time checking. Thank you, Lita. Make sure you and Ricochet stay safe, okay? Oh, it's because Ricochet's at the front of the party, but I'm not leading with him. Here we go, guys. Cue the memes. Cue the humor. Oh my gosh, it's so silly, but at the same time, it's so stupid. Let's see it. I kind of wish I wasn't spoiled on it, but like I said, I'd be disappointed anyways. All he did was grow his legs, man. I mean, good on him, but... My Giga Drain missed, but he didn't do any damage. I should probably run. What is he doing? Okay. Nothing too bad so far, but I think I gotta stay on my toes. Yep, case in point. Oh gosh, Alfred is confused, but I think he'll be fine. Oh gosh. The way he runs, man, it's genuinely terrifying. But alright. Is that enough? Doesn't seem like it, but... Is that enough? Wait, is he yanking my energy? Why is it taking so long for me to evolve? Okay, she does have a Starmie now, fortunately. Is she gonna Mega Evolve it, though, is the real question. Like, AZ gave you the Mega Stone, girl. Like, what are you doing? I don't know what he's doing, but... Bro, the fact that the fact that he's still got that spinning thing on its back while it's still doing that pose. I'm sorry, that is just so ridiculous to the point where it's actually kind of funny. Oh no, he Angie. Okay, Alfred. You might wanna... Yeah. Oh gosh! The way he runs, man! How am I supposed to... How is he so threatening but so goofy at the same time? Okay, I really need to time that dodge there. Holy crap. Okay, or I just keep running. Okay, I can just keep running and I'll be fine. Oh my gosh, that was very close. I think I'm healed now, though. Okay, I just realized I'm not Mega anymore. We're managing well enough, though. Wait, did he use... Wait, was that growth? What was that? I don't know, but he's getting angrier. He has a couple stat boosts, but we're managing well enough. Alright, we're getting close. Should be fine here. He's gonna run towards me, isn't he? Okay, never mind. Doesn't matter. Okay, we didn't need Brady after all, but it's nice to be prepared. I don't know if I picked this up, but if you read your Macy's full name, her last name is referencing Ampharos in the tribe of... Okay, I feel like I should have picked up on that boot. Hold on, there's... I need to look into that. There is no way. What are the odds? But hey, we got the Starmie Knight. Okay, you know what? I gotta look into this. Hold on. Like, what are the odds? Because keep in mind, guys, I've said time and again, Ampharos, favorite electric type. I love the design. I love the Mega. It's so silly, but in all the right ways. Like, I'm sorry, Boo. I just haven't had the time to read up on all the character bios. I've been trying here and there, but I've just been so busy. But still though, that is crazy. Like, what are the odds? What are the odds that you name your character after one of pretty much my favorite electric type ever? And I guess by extension, one of my favorite dragons. Now the real question is, where the heck do I get a Staryu? Because I do want to Starmie, guys. Probably gonna grind him off screen though, just because, yeah, it's gonna be really boring if I did that on stream. Let's see. Macy and okay. Ampharos, yeah, it's a little on the nose, Boo, but you know what? Respect. Who would the Loud's favorite Fire Emblem character be? I don't know. Oh, Luthier. That's a good question, but it's kind of silly, but you know what? I kind of want to delve into it, just not now. Lincoln, obviously Robin. Same hair color, man with the plan and everything. Like, I don't know. It's obvious, but it's expected. But alright, let's try to do Dragonite. Okay, we still got the same problem. How the heck am I supposed to... We still got the same... Yeah, we still got the same problem. How the heck am I supposed to reach the top of this building? I still haven't figured it out yet. Maybe I'm supposed to approach it from the other side? I don't know, man. I am at an impasse. I'm at an impasse with this freaking Dragonite, to be honest. Like, we know exactly where he is, but as far as I can tell, there's no means to reach him. Unless... there's an elevator I don't know about. Okay, at this rate, I'm gonna have to look up a tutorial, and that's the last thing I want to do when playing a game. It just feels so tacky, you know what I mean? But I guess that's what they're for in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I have absolutely no clue how to get there. Maybe there's an undiscovered elevator? I don't know, man. I'm stumped. And also, this daytime transition is kind of wasting my time. Okay, there's a bridge there. How the heck am I supposed to connect them, though? Okay, at least we have something to work off of. Gotta find the means to get on this building, and I think I've done it before. Amphitheater. Oh, that's why he's a dragon type? When he... What? There is no way. That's why that silly looking Fabio looking... You know what? That's why this Fabio looking bozo... Wait, you're not Brady. Wait a minute, you're not Brady. What the heck are you? Where's Brady? Where's my... That's embarrassing. I had the wrong Ampharos this whole time. Okay. Wait, really? I can't Mega Evolve you here? Ah, okay. I was about to make a point, but this majestic, derpy-looking sheep actually has a reason in Mythos to be a dragon type. That's what you're telling me, Boo? And you're telling me you knew that this whole time? You know what? The more you know, but I'm a little flabbergasted, I'm not gonna lie. Did not know there was an actual term for that kind of... Wow, that's crazy. But alright, for now... I need a water type. Where's Shelly? Okay, she's not a water type, but still. I'm guessing it's through here. Thank you, Shelly. Yep, there's the elevator. Okay, now what? Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's where I was stumped. Okay, we can do the... I think we can do the Dragonite before ending stream. Oh, it's a Ludidenne. Okay, they're not meant to connect the bridges. They're just there. And a really angry Talonflame. Cleffa at the same level. Okay, how the heck am I gonna do this? Obviously, I'm gonna lead with Eleanor because Dragonite is quad weak to ice, but if anything happens to her, Shelly's physical defense is too underwhelming. So I guess I'll just use Jake. Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush, you name it. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I'm going to be leading with Eleanor. And hoping that she survives most of the scuffle, if not all of it. You know what? I kind of want to, but you know what? I am going to look it up. Wait, how's it spelled? Amphithere. A mythical creature that is a cross between a winged serpent and a feather dragon, typically depicted with wings but no legs. Featured in various mythologies, most notably as the feathered serpent deity Quetzal. Where have I heard that word before? Okay, Aztec culture. Oh, okay. Okay, that's gas. That's gas. Okay. I love subtle references to mythologies, to cool mythologies, to say the least. But alright. Uh-huh. Only recently discovered too. Okay, to be fair though, we've known about it for months. You know what? It might be a little tasteless to say this, so... But you know what? Now's as good a time as any. Why do you do the thing? Yeah, why do you do the things you do? I guess I feel like I need to protect the city, since the person I'm searching for is here somewhere. Right now, that means taking care of Lumios's rogues. What does one have to do with the... What do rogue megas have to do with a missing persons case? I'm ready. Alright, Eleanor, you got this. I believe in you. Wait a minute, what's Tawny gonna use? Macy is one of those? Okay, good to know. Honestly, it checks. The mythos checks out, and I dig it. That's why her hair is so fluffy. Fire. Speaking of fire, I know people got their gripes with this Mega, but I love it. It's so silly looking, but I can't help but love it. It's just the right amount of adorable. Okay, he's targeting me. And Eleanor's missing everything. Ow. Careful, Eleanor. Bro, he's so fast. A lot faster than the other rogues I've dealt with. Ow. I should probably heal her. Okay, a Hyper one will do the trick. Whoa. Okay, we still landed the Ice Beam. What is it, an E-Speed? What is he doing? Oh, it's just a Twister that's stalking me. And with Lightning, sure, why the heck not? Sure, why the heck not? Easy. Okay, we live in. Landing a lot of big hits on him. And he's stunned again. I don't know. I don't know, Anthony. Maybe I'm a little biased, but if you played Xenoblade Chronicles, I think you would appreciate it. Just because there's a whole race in that game where they all have wings on their heads, and I think it's adorable. Ow. Wait, how did that hit me? Yeah, my guy is bringing in a whole storm. My guy is bringing in all the reasons I dislike thunderstorms and rain in general. Oh, gosh, and she walked. Okay, girl, you walked right into that. I don't know what to tell you. We're not even halfway through his health bar, now that I look at it. Okay, I guess we are now. Here comes another storm, so Jake, get in the ball, homie. Wait, charging up what? Wait, do I just lose if I don't stop it? I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just gonna run and hope for the best. Oh my... Yeah, okay, there was no way of dodging that, I guess. Jeez. Ow. Probably not gonna make it. This might be the first time I lose, guys, just because... I guess I just have to study the patterns a little more. Okay, the lightning has splash damage. Okay, that's why. Ow. Ow. Okay, at least I healed up a little. But now Charizard is part dragon, so I gotta be careful. Okay, that was a big hit. Holy crap. Get the Dragon Claw in, and I'm out. Oh gosh, never mind. I spoke too soon. Earth to Dragon Claw, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I was not about to put up with that again. Ooh. Wait, what is the Megastone called? Just I thought it was gonna be called Dragonite, but just Dragonite. You got your Christmas shopping done? Okay, before December even started? Yeah, boo, you are ahead of the curve. Seriously, guys, if you gotta do Christmas shopping, do it before December. Do it maybe on Black Friday, but that's pushing it. Like, I don't know, do it as soon as you can, and be sure to find a good hiding spot for the presents, cause I've dealt with kids before, and yeah, they will do everything to spoil the surprise for themselves. Cause you know, kids are stupid. And I mean that in an innocent context. Is that the last of the Roguesaur, or are we gonna get another session later on? Uh-huh. Alright, let's see what they have to say at the hotel, and then we'll work from there. Jesus, that was kind of difficult. At least the Dragonite. The Starmie was its own thing, and so was the T-Tar. Alright. Make a little more progress in the story, and then I'm gonna call it. Just cause it's late for some of you guys, and I have work in the morning anyways. Anthony, I thought the longest piece of literature was a Loud House fanfic, but either way, it's a frickin' fanfic. And the fact of the matter is, guys, I'm not sure if fanfiction should qualify for that kind of category. of any sort of literature achievement, if you can even call that an achievement. I don't know what they like, so I'm going shopping with my older brother for his kids. Yeah. It's not hard to... Yeah, it can be a little tricky to look into what they actually like without actually giving yourself away. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be in December in a couple hours, guys. Get ready to hear Mariah Carey all over everywhere. Just freaking everywhere. Matter of fact, the company I work for, they're having their Christmas party next week, and last year, as soon as I walked into the tent, that's the first thing I heard. I hated it. Like, if it wasn't so overplayed, I'd probably hate it a lot less, because it seems like a genuinely heartfelt song, but at least when you look into the lyrics, but it is just so cliche, bro. Uh-huh. I guess whoever's at the top of the Royale, or you could just ask Floette, I guess. Your mom always requests your Christmas throughout the year so you can be ahead of the holiday gift shop. You know what? Shout outs to the parents who actually go out of the way to learn what their kids like. It's Jacob. Uh-huh. How do we know Floette would even decide who's the strongest? What makes Floette so qualified to be the judge of that? I'm not trying to downplay it. It's a genuine question. Says who? Says everybody. And my ranking. Another promotion match. Oh? I've been listening to Christmas music. Yeah, in general, Christmas music, I don't hate it. Like, I don't know. Definitely gets me in the spirit. Like, I don't know. Something about it just... Usually I'm a bit of a grouchy guy, or I'm a little too sarcastic and cynical for my own good, but Christmas music, it definitely puts me in a positive mood. Most of the time. And the same would apply for Mariah Carey if that song wasn't so common. That's really all there is to it. Okay, first I need to get the ticket, and secondly, who the heck is Grisham? I guess we'll look into it next time. Yeah, we're almost at the very top. Thank you, Lita. Okay, it's not just me. Uh-huh. Yeah, how the heck am I supposed to meet up for a promotion match if I don't know who he is, let alone where he is? Let's ask Emma. I mean, if anyone can find someone in this town, it's probably her, the literal detective. Gris means gray in French. I mean, it was obvious in retrospect, but thank you, Jacob. It's a thing in your family? Yeah. Honestly, some families, they got it way too good, man. And I don't mean that to take it away or anything. It just makes me a little envious. But alright, guys. With that being said, we made some decent progress. We dealt with the rogues. We made some progress in the story. We looked at another retrospective. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be it for the stream because I have work tomorrow. And I got to start editing that next video. On top of that. Also, it's late for some of you guys. For some of you, it's already 9 p.m. on 9 p.m. So, I'm going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart so desires, hit that follow button. Wait, wrong platform. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I should be back next weekend, next Saturday and Sunday, as per usual. So with that being said, once again, I'm Siba sending out. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Never heard of it, Pixel. I'm sorry, man. Anthony, November is the Thursday of the month.